I'm not even sure about the Eagles anymore. That's who I had for.
Why? Because the Dallas
NFC.
thing?
No, they just have not looked very good
Defensive wise or offensive wise?
as a team. But most they
I
can't
mean,
get
as a
it together
team,
on
yeah,
offense. They can't
All
get
the
it together
NFC
on
teams
offense.
have like an ugly loss.
nobody would name a team that, regardless
Yes.
of what type of time in life it is.
So if we find
There was
out
you
that-
can go back to rate the furthest you want to go back. The Redskins was acceptable, and nowadays it's not acceptable. And what I'm saying is there was never a time where, hey, we got the N-word team that's gonna.
We back up in this thing, ready to get some on that wax.
Another session with the bros talk, with a beer's ice cold. Bros talk. Another session with the bros talk. Come and tell us what you know. Bros talk.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
I like it.
you want to use that with your kids.
Ready to roll like Paw Patrol. Well, I'll say this. Yo, yo, yo. What up, world? What up, peoples and tweepers out there? It's your boy, T. Broski. Got my main man, King Dano, in the building with
That'd be
me.
me.
And this is BrosTalk. Hey, man. We got the guest, the homie, the feller, the guy in here with us, man.
What's going on, y'all? Appreciate y'all having me.
Couldn't hear you talking to Mike, please, sir.
Oh, my bad. I said, what's going on, y'all? Appreciate y'all having me.
I'm not even wearing headphones, so.
Yeah, I don't know why you said that. But that's cool.
Hey, man. Well, yeah, man. Appreciate you coming on. Hey, how you players doing? A lot of energy. End of the year. Hey, man, this is the New Year's podcast. All right, well, the end of the year.
The end of the year,
My bad. Recapping of the
to bring in 2024.
boom. Perfect way to say it. That's how you say it. That's how you do it.
Estoy muy fantástico.
Oh, see,
Yeah, I just got back from Puerto Rico, so I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Well, I mean, it kind of sucks that we're already back. You know how that goes. But we was out there for like 8 days. It was nice.
Took the whole fam.
Yeah, and extended fam, got a big villa, and it was like 50 of us there. Maybe around 40. But either way, it was a blast. So
the villa wasn't a mansion, so to speak. It was. I
No.
mean, if you were to put all the places together, would it be a mansion?
well, I mean, it's Villa Bonita de Mansion or something like that. I think it's the actual name. So, like, I guess you could, but it's all one floor. It's really how they usually do it is they just rent it out separately. So you can get a room, and then the living area and
y'all
the
just got the
dining
whole
room and
place.
kitchen. Yeah, those are shared. But we just rented out the whole place
thing,
and split it between, everyone that was coming through. And it ended up being, I think it was like $600 for the week or for like 5 days. 6 days we were there. So it was
pretty
good though.
dope.
It was fun.
I mean, if you would allow me, I'll definitely can slip in that little footage that you had because it is an amazing place. It definitely looked pretty
Yeah,
dope.
absolutely.
I would like to go back there. Put it to you that way. Well, I didn't go there, but I would like to go back to Puerto Rico. Amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's beautiful. As much time as we were there, it's just never enough. I haven't even ever been to the south side of the island. Like I've been up to the middle where the
Like
kind of the
Ponce
mountains
de
are
Leon
and stuff. I don't know what's down there.
Yeah. That's the only place I know about that's down there.
We were staying we landed in San Juan and stayed there with Abuela for a day or two, and then we drove over to Aguadilla, and we stayed in that's where the villa was, and then the first couple days it rained, so we just kind of chilled out and stuff, and then we were there for 60th anniversary, so for Abuela and Abuelo, so it was dope though. Everyone had a good time, and it was a lot of drinking.
That's what you're supposed to do, man. When you're on
Oh,
vacation,
bro.
having fun.
Going on vacations and everyone's just like, all right, get what you want, get what we're gonna cook, get alcohol. Next thing you know, it's like $700 for the cart. It's like, all right, you $100, you $100, because there's so many of us. It's like, all right, $100 each.
Yeah.
Bam, there you go.
Yeah.
So it's expensive, but at the same time, because there's so many people there,
Cuts
it's,
down the
it cuts
price.
down a lot. So
Yeah. Man, that was amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
just traveling, man. Lando went to the Down Under,
Australia, mate.
Yeah, the Down Under, mate. And then you go to Someone, and then
San Juan,
Someone, and then Agua. Where is it?
Aguadilla.
Aguadilla. Okay. Hey, man, little travel man.
Yeah,
Boys out here living.
yeah. Yo hablo español, pero un poquito. So, I tried to order, in Spanish when we go there, and
Doesn't work.
we went to this ice cream shop, and she talks fast, and I'm still slow. So I just look at my tío. I was like, ayúdame, help me. Like, and they're like, nope, you got it. And so she's like, pointing to stuff as she's talking, like trying to walk me through it. It was, I was like, all right, this is intense. But after being immersed in the language for like a whole 8 days, like you pick up on stuff a lot faster. So
Yeah. I mean, going over there for like a few days to try, not even trying to learn. I'm gonna learn Spanish in these few days. Like to go over there for a few days and think that you're gonna learn it is crazy.
Yeah.
But to spend a year or several months over there, like
I couldn't imagine. How
you know what
much
I mean?
would
Like
pick
you're
up.
gonna pick up so much fast. Like it'll be dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
Because I mean, when I went over there, I was
It'd
I was
be way
definitely
better than
trying to learn.
Duolingo.
Because I was about to say, I do the Duolingo stuff for like 2 years now, but I don't do a ton of it. Like you're supposed to do like a half hour a day. I do like 5 minutes a day.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. I ain't got time for everything. So, but being there for those 8 days definitely picked up a lot of stuff.
What a way to wrap up Christmas, man. And
Yeah.
New Year's. You know
It
what
was
I mean?
definitely weird going to the beach on Christmas. It was cool. It was just like, it was a very different thing. I've never done.
I mean,
it
it ain't like we be in snow anyways.
no, that's
You know what I
true.
mean? So if we was
There's
like,
been a couple Christmases where it's like you're in a t-shirt and shorts, and it's still like, damn.
doesn't feel like
warm.
Christmas. It's just here. You just see a Christmas tree in the house. Like it
Bro.
only feels like Christmas at nighttime when you see the lights.
If it's Christmas and it's below 60 degrees, there's a fire in my fireplace. I don't give a fuck. I remember we had a bunch of people come over. It was like 58 degrees, and I had a fire going, and everyone was just. I had the doors open. I just finally let the fire like slowly die down and just barely maintained it. But yeah, I don't know. It's just something about like
Me, I
I
love
like
that.
fires on fireplace or in a fireplace on Christmas.
Yeah, me personally, I would do the same thing if I had a chimney. You know what I mean? We do the fire pit outside, but it burnt a hole in the bottom, so we try to not do it because we got like a little rug out there, and then you be doing that, and then a little chunk
Little
fly
embers.
down, house on fire. Now you're homeless. Next
Bruh.
thing you know,
I literally have a fucking burn mark on my arm from a fucking ember popping out. And I thought it was just going to be one of those ones that just dissipate into nothing. It just landed on my arm and I'm just watching
so you
it.
watched
like,
it come to you.
Ah!
You watched it. Like, nah, man, I'm not watching no
Yeah,
ember.
yeah. Well,
I'm gonna move.
I had my, I was busy.
I will move.
I was busy doing shit and I just seen it and I was like, oh shit. And then I figured it was just going to hit my skin and go out.
Nah,
It was a little bit thicker than I thought.
I said, no, I'm sticking
Shit
around.
had some weight
man.
to it.
Sticking around for a little moment. Hey, man, but got my little list. We'll jump right in, man. See what's going on with 2023.
Yeah.
I was about to say 2024.
Before we get into 2020.
Yeah, man. So, hey, man, crazy year. We'll talk about Super Bowl performance, because that's always a big thing with the world Super Bowl and who's gonna perform and who's doing what. Sports wise, huh?
Which one was it this year?
Chiefs and the Eagles.
No, the performance.
Oh, Rihanna,
That's right.
pregnant Rihanna.
And the one last year was the one on where like Eminem, Dre,
Eminem,
Snoop
Drake.
Dogg,
Yeah.
Like everyone was there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
I mean, not
Not
everyone.
everyone.
Just 4 people, but or 5 people.
I thought there was like 2 or 3 others, but either way, yeah, there was
It
a
was
couple.
50 Cent, Snoop, Dre, Eminem, and I think that was it.
Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. Blige, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
50 Cent wasn't the headliner on there. It was Dre, Snoop, and Mary J. Blige.
Yeah,
And
Eminem.
Yeah, and then 50 Cent came in, and
I'm saying, but it was all them. Okay, so yeah,
Anderson Paak was there. But yeah, it was billed as Dr. Dre's Super Bowl with.
yeah, man. So what
But
y'all
yeah.
think about the Super Bowl? Oh well, first of all, Chiefs won. Hell of a game.
Yeah.
They won by like 3 points or something like that. 2 points.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah, I thought Jalen Hurts should have got MVP, even though he's on a losing team. He's the best player on the field that night.
He didn't get it.
Yeah, they don't
course
like
not.
to do that.
Patty
they just-
Mahomes.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, he had a great game too.
I just let you know it's
But
not the most valuable player. It's the most valuable player on the winning team.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, what
I'm
kind of?
sure there's been a couple
I was
times
about to
where
say,
they've
has
done
there
it,
ever been somebody? That
but
done
it
that?
would have to be such a staggering like performance where it's like, okay, you can't deny like this dude had 18 interceptions, 7 touchdowns. Somehow they still lost.
That's how you look at.
You gotta give it to
That's how
him.
you look at Jalen Hurts last year. Like no matter what he did, and they still lost. Look, he was the best player on the field.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he killed it. He really did.
I mean, performance wise, I thought Rihanna's performance was pretty dope. I think she's a dope person, all around. So like, I thought her performance was pretty dope. The pregnant thing was like kind of, I ain't gonna say shocking.
Shit just made me anxious. I was just like, don't fall. Like, be careful. Like, don't
Well, for me, it was just like dang, she just. I mean, but when you're starting a family, and I would assume like in their position in life, like financially okay, starting a family, you know, you want to go ahead and knock them out. You know what I mean? You don't want to wait around. Just go ahead and
Yeah.
get them knocked out. And then seeing those babies like make you want to have one. So I think that was like a big thing for a lot of people, was how fast she went from pregnant, having the baby to performing, and oh snap, she's pregnant again. But all the while, I think the whole set was dope. I think the set was a fire set. I still think that The Weeknd had the best Super Bowl performance I've ever seen. That was amazing. Like
That was
maybe because I
dope.
like his music like that. That's the person I want to
when
see
he
him
was
in
going
concert.
through like all those mirrors and stuff with the gold and
Yeah.
all that shit like that.
Oh, mine's Bruno Mars
That
for
was
sure.
fire.
Bruno Mars.
He killed it. I'm like, who was this guy? I didn't even know who he was. I'm like, who was this guy? As I'm tapping my feet. And he killed it. That's my
Yeah.
favorite one.
What about y'all think it's gonna repeat? Same thing, Chiefs and Eagles this year.
Hell no.
I'm not even sure about the Eagles anymore. That's who I had for.
Why? Because the Dallas
NFC.
thing,
No, they just have not looked very good
defensive wise or offensive wise.
as a team. But most, they
I
can
mean,
get
as a
it together
team,
on
yeah,
offense.
but-
They can
All
get
the
it together
NFC
on
teams
offense.
have like an ugly loss. A loss they shouldn't have. All of them do.
I mean, ugly losses is one thing. I
Well,
mean,
even
but
if you
like,
look at their last
okay, if
4
we're
wins,
if we're talking about somebody that's clinched playoffs and lose to a team that they shouldn't lose to, in theory, do we even care? I mean, if we're doing conference stuff to try to be the winner of the conference, okay,
But
right?
you can
But if
only
we're just
judge a good team off their loss. So like, how they look in their most vulnerable moment.
I can't say that because I think that a lot of stuff that we judge teams off of is based. A lot of it or part of it has
That's
to be
how
off.
I judge the teams. Then, yeah, I look at, can you fix the things that you're vulnerable at? Because most times you can go look at teams and their losses, and they lose the same way. So that's how I judge them. Like, hey, okay, this team, the Dallas Cowboys, they're gonna be easy to beat because they can't stop the run up the middle. Or you go to Philly. Philly's gonna be easy to beat because every game they lost in, they got beat, getting aired out.
Yeah. So the judgment of teams for me, when we say, for me, I think all around wins and losses is what we would base our judgment on the team on. How they perform at high times and how they perform at low times. But either way it goes, y'all don't see the Eagles making it. I don't think these Eagle fans are gonna like that.
I'm just less confident, but to be honest, I have no faith in the Cowboys. They're just going to... But Dak Prescott's been looking fucking amazing this year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just hard to... They always choke in the playoffs, so I just always tend to write them off. And then you got the 49ers. But the 49ers looked like trash against the Ravens. But when you throw 4 interceptions, it's hard to look good.
Yeah, and that was an ugly game for Purdy.
It was very ugly, and I don't know. I've been on the fence on whether I think Purdy is a good quarterback or not because he's inserted into a good team, and I mean you have a quarterback like Jimmy G who can look good in San Francisco, but to be honest, he's not that good.
I think that Purdy. I didn't watch the game.
I wonder if that's where Purdy's at.
I didn't watch the game to be able to say in that particular game if it was a Purdy thing or if it was, you know what I mean. It's like people have off games.
I think 2 or 3 of them were off of tips.
So then, if we're talking tips off of the
I think
receiver's
one was at
hands,
the line. I think. Let me not. I want to say 1 was at the line and 2 were like
as a quarterback,
Right.
somebody that's played quarterback. Okay, there's a difference between throwing for me, and this is just me coming from me. I'm asking somebody's played quarterback. I've never played quarterback on any type of. I mean, yeah, bullshitting around, but like padded stuff like that. To actually know plays, call plays, throw passes, stuff like that. As a quarterback, me personally, if I was in that position, I think that throwing an interception to a DB where nobody else, you know what I mean, is in the way, he just catches it is one thing. To throw an interception off of a lineman tipping it is one thing. And for my receiver to drop it or go through his hands is one thing. Right?
He definitely had an interception or 2 that was just bad pass.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
then the one that was batted at the line, and then there was one that the receiver mishandled and ended up in an interception, which I would put that more on the receiver than the quarterback.
I've said a long time ago I felt like Purdy was
He looked bad that game though.
a seat filler. I think he's a position player. I think that he came in and he's already in a good system and he's doing what he's supposed to do. I want to watch him more to see if the talent is really there, right? Because one thing you can't say is, oh, he got drafted at this time, so he's not going to be, you know what I mean? Because I'll go to Tom Brady at all times. Tom Brady, I forget who it was, but there was a receiver that was drafted super late in Welker. I think he was drafted later, should I say. You know what I mean? But where you're drafted doesn't dictate how your career is going to go or how it's going to end, right? So I'll say Purdy, for me, I'll say that I think that I think if you make it to the NFL in any type of facet, kicker, punter, the second string, the practice squad, I think you're an elite being. You know what I'm saying? Like you're elite. But with that said, I think Purdy, and I haven't watched him enough, and I'm just saying this based off of what I think I know, not necessarily me sitting down and analyzing. I think that he's just in a system and he's doing what anybody in that system would be able to do.
Yeah, San Francisco's a lot. They do a lot on their playmakers. So, like, it's not like he's sitting down, reading 1, 2, 3, 4, going through 4 or 5 progressions. They're literally setting it up to where you hit this guy, give him the ball, or throw it away.
Yeah. So, do you think that performance was him or a?
Purdy lost. He played like shit against the Ravens. Yes, he did have 2 interceptions that were through receivers' hands, but you also got to look at the placement. You got to look at what was called.
That's true.
It's a lot of things going there. He played like garbage.
He did.
Off game, or is he a garbage player?
I look at the same way. This been my opinion on him the whole time. Like, you're just in the system. Like, the best thing that happened last year was for him to get hurt so he wouldn't get exposed by Philly's defense last year in the playoffs. So he got hurt, and they made a business decision. They had Christian McCaffrey. They had no quarterback. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this year, like, oh yeah, they look phenomenal, and people just want to look at just his wins. Like, oh, he looks phenomenal because he has this, this, and this. But You look at his losses. The losses he have are bad losses when he's forced to make reads.
Yeah.
Like it's easy for me to have a perfect quarterback rating if everything goes in my first read.
Facts.
So we designed this play to no matter what, we're gonna get block here. You catch and you throw.
That's
why
Madden
there's so many
football. That's
screens.
yeah. That's Madden football where you're throwing
screen after screen, and it was getting irritating. It's like, yo, come on.
Yep.
But that's if
The
you can't
defense
do
knows
play
it's coming.
progression, if you can't, like
can't.
you're saying, you only left with that option
Yep, so
where you
good.
have to throw to that person.
So good teams, they take away his first option,
And then they got
and then they destroy the 49ers. So that's why I say when I judge, I just look off like, how are they losing? There has to be a way.
Yeah,
Because everybody looks good when you're winning.
yeah.
But in his losses, you can see the pattern of, okay, when he lost to a team, they said, hey, we're going to make you make another read. We might force you to go to your third read. Some quarterbacks are great. Peyton Manning, you don't matter what read you put him on, he's going to make the right read.
Yeah.
So that's what I think the difference is with him.
Okay.
And he doesn't have the athletic ability. So, like,
Yeah, he definitely
Jalen
does.
Hurts or like Lamar Jackson reads everything. He's probably the best quarterback in the league right now. But
And
like,
his legs can help him create that time to read.
So you look at that, like athletic quarterbacks who, let's say, if Brock Purdy would be a better quarterback or better prospect if he had athleticism to get out the pocket and run.
Yeah, but when I don't and who did he play for in college? It was
Iowa State.
I have no
Iowa State. Okay. Yeah, when you're in a position where they cater to you, so to speak.
I know I want to fact check it. I said that too confidently.
Cause I thought it was like a
I said it well too confidently.
a bland
I'm
school,
going
shall I
with
say?
Boston College.
I think it's a bland school. I don't think
I'm
it's
going
nothing like flashy or nothing
Based on
crazy coming
no-
from that school.
Information at all.
Yeah, I said that way too confidently.
But the reason I say that is because I think that, you know, when you're in a position where people cater to what you want or when they cater to your style, then you're able to Iowa State University. Now, and you got to think about that. They had Seneca Wallace, and he used to cut up,
But that's
Years ago. You know what I'm
Kids
saying?
Don't
But-
know who Seneca Wallace is.
which is crazy.
But
to me.
also Seneca Wallace went to the NFL and did what?
He tanked up there.
No, he didn't tank. He went to the NFL and converted.
Yeah, I mean,
They wasn't allowing guys like that.
he was
They
okay.
wasn't allowing guys like
To
that to be.
me, I expected him to play quarterback. I expect him to do what he did in college, in football, in the NFL.
What's
That's why I expected of Vince Young.
what's the buddy who played receiver for Pittsburgh? He was a quarterback for A&M and then got it there switched. number
Prior
17.
to Stephen McGee,
Yeah, it wasn't Stephen McGee.
you know what I'm saying? Prior to,
Maybe it wasn't Texas
Black dude?
A&M, black guy.
I know exactly who you're talking. I just don't have his name, but I know exactly who you're talking
I
about.
know Reggie McNeil went up there and played. But
I know exactly who you're talking about. I just don't have his name, but I know exactly who you're
his
talking about.
last name Wallace.
McDaniel, I want to say, is something like that. But I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah,
I don't.
but he was an athlete though.
Yeah, but these guys right now would be eating the league up. So that guy has.
Yes, he would. But
I
that
wish
football,
I
that type
remembered
of
his name,
football
but
wasn't in when
but
he was
his style, well, how he played is similar to
Lamar Jackson.
Kyler Murray. I go Kyler Murray because he was a smaller guy. Lamar Jackson.
Okay. I can dig. I mean, I'm saying the legs was there.
Now I gotta look it up.
No, he was. I know I know exactly what you're talking
I'm
about.
gonna.
And it was. I mean, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. But and we'll stick on sports while we're talking about this. LeBron surpasses 38,000. Shouts out to LeBron, man.
He also
my
hit
boy.
28,000 flops. So
Chill out.
set the
fool.
record there
Yeah.
too.
They were. I don't think they have a stat book for that, man.
No, they should.
No, what is it gonna be? How you,
Okay.
First of all, you can't
That's
tell
kind-
nobody he's flopping. He getting hit in the face. That
Yeah,
shit hurts.
can I speak on this real quick? Because
What?
I know you meant it's a joke, or maybe you didn't. But
Oh no, he flops a lot.
okay, so people can't find another flaw in his game to where you go to. I mean, he flops a lot. Like
My only
everybody's
issue with him.
everybody in the league is trying to act like they got fouled. That's
Yeah.
been going back since '90s. So the only issue you have, because people don't want to admit that he's great. So the only issue that I have to hate on him is, man, he flops a lot. I had a friend who said that, like, oh, he's the king of flopper. No, Ilgauskas says that came from European basketball.
I mean,
Selling the foul came from European basketball, and now they do it in the league.
He utilizes it a lot more than a lot of other people.
He uses it probably, so I think everybody uses it the same.
I mean, I don't think
And I
that
feel
the
the same.
38,000
Look at
points is
Now, don't
the
get me
flopping got
he
him
is.
38,000.
LeBron James is great.
You look at Chris
Regardless
Paul
of
and all
anything,
that.
he is absolutely great. The second best player of all time, period. So,
Who's first?
Michael Jordan.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's hard to debate that, but my only issue is, and I noticed it at first when he would play like San Antonio, he'd literally sit on the floor and look at the ref and just, come on, call the foul, while everyone else is running down the court. And my coach told me, yeah, you don't do that fucking shit. You fucking get up and go fucking play defense. And it's just,
I mean, your coach at what level
at every single level of basketball
that you've ever
the
played?
only reason that's acceptable is because of who he was. Like that.
First, that's LeBron
You
James,
don't-
brother.
Exactly. That's
So-
why he's allowed to sit there and no one's going to. But you should not be a grown up. You didn't get the call. Quit crying and go play defense. That's what you're supposed to do.
I mean, I definitely don't
So,
agree.
I
I feel
what?
like, yeah, I feel like LeBron James is LeBron James. I don't feel like
I agree, but I'm not saying he's not LeBron James. I'm saying LeBron James.
I've
is the
seen
guy
more than him
sitting there
cry.
just like-
I've seen more than him cry about.
and this goes to any player that sits there and.
Oh,
and
okay.
just-
So then say that you can't
Well,
single him out.
We're talking about
That's
LeBron
true, too.
James right now.
That's true too. I'll give you that one. We are talking about him, but that him flopping.
Of course, this is not a singularity
Okay,
for LeBron James.
well, let's say this.
By
has
no
he,
means.
Has
There
he
are
scored
plenty of
more
other players.
points? Has he scored more points off of free throws than he's scored in open plays? I would say he scored more points in open plays, meaning no fouls, no free throws. I think he scored more points that way than he has scored in free throws. So if he's flopping, has nothing to do with his 38,000 points that he surpassed.
Everybody, like all I'm gonna do is say, is that not what the league is? Like, people
No, I
use
think
that, but people use that as a knock towards him. Like, so Michael Jordan didn't try to sell fouls because flopping is just trying to sell a foul. People use that flopping word because it has a negative connotation behind it.
No, I think it's the video where the
Everybody's
dude
trying
didn't
to sell fouls.
I think it's the video where the dude, and if I can find it,
it's
I'll put it
plural,
out there,
bro.
No, I'm saying there's one video for
multiple
sure where
videos.
There's multiple videos.
he
You
went
can
out
find
and
multiple
the
videos
dude
of
swung and
everybody.
He didn't even get hit.
exactly, and I think
you
that
can find
video.
that.
A wrestling match.
Yeah, you can
And
find
But that's
that with
LeBron
that's
James
not just
is what we're
LeBron.
talking
That's-
about.
That's not
No,
just him.
no,
That's
I'm saying
everybody doing it though.
I understand
Not
that. What I'm
everybody
saying,
rolls on the ground crying like,
Yes,
and they
they
didn't even get
do.
hit.
what
I
I'm
see.
saying is
Not everybody.
it's LeBron James. So anything that, like you're saying,
Yeah.
the one thing that sticks out is something like that. And I think
it's-
people just, I'm not saying you, I'm just saying in
Every
general.
superstar sells a foul.
I
every
think
single
I think that's basketball now.
Every single one of them.
I think that's
been
basketball
going
now.
back since day one.
Well, I don't remember people
You're-
flopping that much.
You're trying
But-
to. It's selling a foul. It's just different.
I think they fouled you for real back in the day.
And I think that back in the day, sometimes they didn't foul you, but you would go to the ref. We have stories of Michael Jordan going to the ref and saying, "Hey, you know they fouled me on that."
But there's a difference
And then the
between
next
going to
play-
the ref and somebody doing like, and then walking off, and then you like, oh snaps, and then he literally walked
And
right
then
back
he
on the
starts
court.
smiling because he knows that he's bullshit. Like I just,
That's
I like
all
that.
I'm.
I think that everybody
That's
does.
fake. That's fake, and I don't think that used to be a common
think-
occurrence back then.
Oh, I think everybody. So you see it as flopping. I see it as selling the foul because that's all flopping is. You're trying to make the referee believe you were fouled.
I agree.
They do that in football.
Yeah, I think
They do that in hockey.
Yeah.
They do that in basketball. They do it in soccer. Like no matter what,
I don't like it in any of them.
they are trying to sell the foul. That's part of the game.
All right, so Prime in Colorado. What do y'all think about his season? First
Started
of all,
off
shouts out to Prime because they expected him to win 2 games or some shit like that. He won 4 or 5.
We gotta shout him out. I mean,
No, I shot him out.
I get what you're saying,
Yeah.
but not because of the expectations.
No, I shot out Prime because that's Prime.
Yes, of course. But I'm saying, like, he's gonna do what he do. Like, for people to, you said he started off good in the beginning. Goes to what you said. They only project him to win what?
Like 2 games.
Because the team won how many last year?
One. Yeah.
So, like, anything, he could win there and had two wins. And it was,
If he would have did what
a
they
successful
expect him to
season.
do, yes, successful. For me personally, I feel like he went from Jackson to Colorado and immediately did what he did. He surpassed what was projected for him to do. And this ain't what the school thought he was going to do. This is critics. This is people that analyze football, NCAA analysts. These people come up with these numbers and these based off of your schedules and what your team did last year, who's coming back. This ain't none of that. Like, it's just ain't just us making this up. And then he surpassed that, right?
And he beat some teams that no one thought he was going to beat.
TCU. You know what I mean? Like, he did his thing. I just think for me personally, like, to understand the greatness of what Deion could, can, or will be when it comes down to a coach, like, he hasn't stayed around in a spot long enough to, like, solidify who he is, especially in college.
Wasn't it 85 players were brand new to Colorado this year?
It was something crazy because
I mean, at this
he's working
point,
with a new
now
team.
You got to build a team. You got to build
and that's
chemistry.
what I'm saying. He had
So
to
how
do that
can
in Jackson too.
The fact that he got, was I believe 5 wins this year, with a team that is completely all just assembled from everywhere. All it takes time to build that shit. So I think next year they'll be better, and I think they'll keep going that way.
And they got some recruits
obviously
coming.
he's a good coach.
If I was the judge this season, I'd give him a 10.
Yeah, me too.
Like, if I'm the University of Colorado, if 10 is the highest I can go, I'm breaking the scale.
See, there's a lot of people that
Because-
just want to say because he didn't go undefeated or didn't go, 9 wins.
Bro, he sold out every game.
Yeah,
Every game.
he made
Every game.
He made his
Students
money.
said-
I made Colorado Buffaloes the one win team from a year ago. Now top 5 destination for college players.
Facts. And that's what I'm saying. He got players coming now.
I did that. Like, we got here, won 5 games. However many games we went to. We were competitive. We sold out the stadium. We had high ratings on ESPN. We had a college game day.
Yeah.
Everybody came here. We had a college game day.
And an upset.
Does that ever happen?
What?
Colorado having a college game day?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know for sure, but they go to like the popular they were a good football program before. So
Really?
yeah,
Hell
Cordell
yeah.
Stewart.
Hell yeah.
Uh-huh.
Colorado. Man, what?
Yeah,
Colorado, there's the Big 12.
I didn't really
stuff.
start paying attention.
They just
to
had them
college
plain
till
uniforms. That was
It's-
the only big downfall
late
to them.
90s.
Yeah,
When everybody turned up, they just stayed the same.
But now it's SEC ran.
Yeah.
I hate to change subject, but that'd be good. Like when you
No,
talk
we-
about
you-
the college playoffs and how things worked out this year.
FSU left out. You see it on there?
Yeah.
FSU left out. What y'all think about that?
Not a
Undefeated season.
surprise.
That's how I'm looking at it. It's so a lot of people were upset.
So, well, first of all, if y'all both say it's not a surprise, and again, granted, I'm not really into the football NCAA. I haven't been knee deep. So y'all both are saying it's not a surprise, right?
Right.
Is that not an issue that needs to be resolved?
No, I mean,
You got to look at the teams that they played and the teams. Yes, they
okay, you
won.
can go that route. I'll go different route.
They some of these teams that they played, not good teams, and they're barely beating them.
NCAA has you remember on the game that used to have like your seasons, your schedule for the season,
Strength schedule.
strength schedule. What is their strength schedule?
For FSU.
Yeah,
They were up there.
A plus.
By the end,
Well, I
of
mean,
it,
based off what you're saying, you're saying
by
there.
the end of it, pretty low. I mean, I don't know exactly what it is.
No, I'm Of course you don't. You're not a fucking analyst. You know what I mean? So like what would you rate their schedule based off of what you're saying?
Like a
because
C.
it's a C. So they're going out there with they're playing worse teams with
for the majority, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So obviously they're not going to make
And
it.
they're barely
Barely
pulling
making it.
off some of the wins. You know, so they just don't look as impressive versus, if they played Alabama, they're going to get smashed. If they play, the only team in the playoffs that I think they could beat is Washington.
Okay.
Now, to me, the real question
They got a
goes
nasty
down
defense or something? Because Penix Jr. is a beast. I've not seen that dude throw a duck in my life. Ever.
I don't know, man.
I've watched 3 games. And I don't know how many games he's played, but 3 of those games I watched, he has never thrown a duck. That dude is highly rated in my life, in my mind, where he's going to, for real, bro. I expect him to go to the NFL and go off. But back to the FSU. FSU, they're weak. So their schedule's weak. That's why they're not able to make the playoffs. So
I think that had a lot to do with it. Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
so let me chime in on this. So just to go off I have 2 angles on this. So to counter yours, you can look at the football aspect and say their strength schedule and stuff, but they beat the SEC teams they played. They beat LSU when LSU was ranked, I want to say maybe 8 or 5, but they had that primetime game. It was the 5 versus 8, whatever rank they was. They beat LSU then. So they started LSU descent. They beat the SEC team. That you're supposed to be able to do is, hey, these are criteria you have to do. You have to show you compete with the SEC team. You did.
Mm-hmm.
Then you win your division, which you did.
Mm-hmm.
You look at overcoming adversity. You did, because now you're playing with your 3rd string quarterback, winning games still. Then you look at Alabama, who barely escaped Auburn with the last second radio when dude came down with it and touched it. So I would look at football wise is, hey, yes, they deserve to be in. If you look at it football wise, they beat the tough teams, they beat everybody in front of them, and they fought through adversity. But when you look at
what's the back angle?
If you look at just what college is and college football is a business.
Yeah, of course. Selling games is a big thing.
We are going to look at selling the game.
Yeah, putting asses in seats.
And
got to.
No matter what rankings or anything y'all have out there, it's 12 people who pick the playoff teams based on whatever they decide.
Literally.
Y'all can't argue about it.
You know what I'm saying? You're saying literally. Based off whatever they decide. So if they just like the colors of that team.
If they decide
they won't say that. But
yeah.
If they decide to say, hey, we like the color of this team, and put them in.
That's who's going to be.
That's who's going in.
Who is this committee?
It's a college football committee. They rotate.
Are they alumni?
No, they are just people who decide, hey, you guys want to pick college football teams?
Yeah.
Like literally the first committee was ran by, I think Archie Manning was like the lead.
But he's an alumni. He's a Tennessee alumni. I mean, excuse me. Ole Miss alumni.
This is a no disrespect thing that I'm about to say, but they had Condoleezza Rice on the committee.
Oh, so okay, so yeah, we doing whatever we want then.
We literally gonna pick 12 people who we want.
Yeah, okay,
and
that's
they're
crazy.
They're going to pick the playoff teams.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So they can say whatever they want to. Oh, Florida State had a 3rd string quarterback. They just look appealing.
That's crazy.
Yes, so it's 12 people.
Rice.
And it, like I said, they don't care about any rankings. That's what I was trying to explain to a friend of mine I work with. He's like, "Oh, we're ranked this, this, and this." None of that matters.
It's just you got to sell it to
you're
these
talking
folks.
about. You're looking at the coaches poll every Monday, or every Tuesday, or whatever day it comes out. You're looking at it saying, "Oh, look at this, look at this." None of that matters. It's going to be 12 people at the end of the season that picks the 4 playoff teams, regardless of what your rankings was all year.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, well, ain't nothing you can do about it.
Just gotta look better.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is, man. Hey, Reese and LSU. What y'all think about that? The win. She wanted the ring. She got the ring. I personally don't feel like there was an issue between it, especially when old girl did it first.
I was about to say, if the people who had an issue with it, as long as they had an issue with it when the other girl was doing it, cool. But you better have it. It needs to be both ways. If you had a problem with one and not the other, then you may need to start asking why. Because to me, I didn't give a fuck either way. Like, but I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, that was disrespectful."
Yeah.
But I never heard anyone say it was disrespectful when the girl from Wyoming did it.
It's definitely Iowa.
Iowa. Yeah.
Sorry.
But it's definitely people playing the race card. Like it all boiled down to we did that quick.
Okay. And what about the kid that wore
think a lot of it
blackface
was.
at the Chiefs game?
He had they only showed.
I don't think there was nothing wrong with that. He didn't wear blackface to the Chiefs.
I mean, he tried to stop us, but they only showed one half of his face.
Yeah, that kid didn't mean nothing. Anyone
He tried to stump us.
Yeah, he tried to stomp us right there. He tried to get, but like, he wasn't in blackface. His blackface is wrong. You know who was in blackface?
Who?
Drake, and everybody still listen to his music. So
Yeah, he definitely did.
Yeah.
so
That was
come
a
on.
fact. And he was smiling.
And he's part black.
He was in the picture smiling.
He's part black, but still, the disrespect is disrespect to me. So
Yeah, I didn't understand. I think the image, again, if you circulate the image of him on that one side, that's what I think they circulated. But even for me, still, like I still think like he's acting like an Indian. They did paint their faces.
a Native American.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
And
like,
also, when you,
yeah, I'm not talking about.
I do believe that. I want to say I read to where he has, like, he's not that far removed from Indian heritage. I
Right.
think grandma or somebody, but like it's not like, oh, I got a little bit Indian in me. Like, no, I was directly involved. I keep saying it, Native American. I have Native American ties. Like I'm directly involved, and it's not like 4 generations ago I had Native American in my blood.
I mean, I don't even care if it was that. It was a costume for the Chiefs for the game. It's not
It's a
necessarily.
kid.
Yeah, so
like, you
if the
gotta-
problem should come with, if you have a problem with that, then tell the team to change the name.
No, check yourself.
Or tell the team-
No. Go check yourself. See, that's what the problem. Oh, tell the team. No, the team ain't got to change their name. That's why the Redskins can't be the Redskins.
Well,
now they the
if
Commanders.
if that is a derogatory term,
Man, okay.
yeah, we can no, I ain't gonna. If that is a derogatory term to that, because we can look at that. Ain't no team can come out and be we're the N words, and 75% of the community uses the word, but you can't use it. So we have to look at that the same way. Like,
Yeah, that word has always been looked at as a vulgar word. It's never been accepted amongst people.
all I'm saying is
Redskins have been.
it is accepted among people.
It's never been accepted amongst the masses. You can go on TV and say Redskins. You can go on the TV and say blackface. You can go on the TV and say cracker. You can go on the TV and say a lot of things. But the N-word is something that you will not be able to go on TV and say. Why? Because it's not accepted amongst masses.
Who can't say it? Like the
Go on any national TV and say words.
okay.
There's a list of words that you're going to get in trouble for. Whether it's a fine, they have to blurt it out, bleep it out, whatever the case may be. That's what I'm saying. When we change names based off of one person, not just one person, whoever's offended by it.
Yes.
You
So
know,
the reason why you can't say the N word is because black folks get offended by it. Correct or no?
No, you can say whatever you want to say.
So
That's
now
what
we're
I'm
not
saying.
playing semantics. Based on what we're talking about is you can't say the N word because a group of people said that's not right.
That's why it's not allowed. Yes.
Okay, so what is the problem with a group of people who you're referencing saying, hey, we don't like you calling us Redskins, or hey, we don't like you calling us Indians? Got to go through the same process that black folks did. At one point in time, it was okay to say that word. Everybody was saying the word, and then they decided that's fucked up. So I don't see the issue in Native Americans saying, hey, you Indians is a derogatory term. We went through the same steps as black folks did, or whoever else did. You can't go out there and say you chinks because that is a derogatory term to Asian people. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
the
but the
problem
correlation
comes
you
with
made
that-
was
Yeah,
the
you call them
Redskins. If you named the team the N words, and I'm saying nobody would name a team that, regardless
Yes.
of what type of time in life it is.
So if we find
There was
out
you
that-
can go back the furthest you want to go back. The Redskins was acceptable, and nowadays it's not acceptable. And what I'm saying is there was never a time where, hey, we got the N-word team that's going to be acceptable and that you're gonna put on TVs and posters and helmets and stuff like that. Like that's not that
So do you think
correlation.
they can come out and have a Negro League?
I don't think. Yeah, I do.
You think they can come out right now and have a
If that's what you're calling it,
Professional
and
team
if you're
say,
saying calling it
"Hey,
a
we're the
Negro
Negroes,"
league, a
yeah.
Negro league, yes. Do it. Would there be a problem? Yes.
okay?
Yeah, I don't feel like that. I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't feel like, to me personally, I don't feel like Redskins. If I'm not a quote unquote Redskin, so if people feel like that's derogatory, understandable. I don't feel like it's derogatory. I feel like this whole everybody can just say what they, oh man, I'm offended by this, and oh, this hurts my feelings, and we're gonna change it because of that. That's just crazy to me. That's all I'm saying.
And I'm with you on that part. But you said I'm not a Redskin, so I don't get offended by it, right?
I'm saying I'm not a Redskin, so for
Yes.
me,
And
that
you don't
word
see
wouldn't be
how-
offensive.
Okay,
No,
so
well, that terminology wouldn't be offensive.
so
shall I say.
Now apply
with
it
that,
with
yes.
the N-word.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to get to. So like,
I get what you're saying. I get what
So-
you're saying too. I just think
as people like, I'm not black. Why is the word so offensive? Or I'm not Asian. Why is the word so offensive? Like, I don't get that part of the argument. Like, it's
and I think
people
for-
who it's
for-
directed to is going to be offended by it.
Yeah, and for you, you're saying like the N-word has always been offensive, versus Redskins has became offensive due to people being overly sensitive. So why should we change something that wasn't offensive just because people are oversensitized by it when they never were before? But
I mean, if yeah, thank you. Yes, but yeah, I mean, essentially, yeah. For me, that's I don't really.
It's
I
like
can't
you
say-
can't say the F word, but that was
Freak?
no, hell no.
freaker,
When you're referring to a
rolling one.
gay person or a homosexual person, you can't say the F word. But 20, 25 years ago, that was just ripped off, like on
Like
your
a Band-Aid.
TVs and everything. Now that shit, you say it if you want to. Everything stops. Everything stops for you.
I mean, if you gotta say it in a joking manner and do it well, like
Well,
Dave Chappelle
and
like
yeah,
Voldemort
and
or
Louis
some
C.K.
shit.
some guys are untouchable. Dave Chappelle is, and they try every time, but he doesn't care.
You know who was? He was untouchable, but they definitely didn't care because they got him, Louis C.K. Because he definitely cut up and they didn't touch him.
Yeah, he had
touches-
man, that dude had some good jokes, that's for sure. Not all of them, but he had a couple good ones.
Hey man, shouts out to Hamlin, cardiac arrest. Two things about that situation happened in like January, February. He collapsed on the field due to cardiac arrest, which is something that was like,
Bills playing Cincinnati.
yeah, it was a scary sight to see somebody fall out like that, especially as a player. And then have to. One thing I will say about athletes is, especially football players, basketball players too, any athlete that has to witness a gruesome injury, whether on the sideline, on the court at that time, or on the field at that time, and have to continue playing, takes a different mindset. And then to know how to continue to play and give it your all and not care. And I'm not talking about somebody like, even with Buddy, who was it that broke his finger and it was coming out the bone. The bone was coming out the
That's the LSU player who broke his leg. Remember
those type of situations.
Like,
what I'm
yeah,
talking about.
yeah, just
because
making-
breaking a finger,
It's like,
as an
okay.
athlete, you're like, okay,
That boy Robert Law.
yeah, you know what I mean, like
He's popping back, but yeah, I get what you're
those
saying.
situations. But in this Hamlin, that situation,
Didn't he technically die on the field?
yeah, they said
technically,
they brought him back twice, right?
yeah.
That's what I thought.
Shouts out to him because he returned.
And
He
he played on the field.
He returned in active roster October 1st. You know what I'm saying? For me, that's the first time I ever recall something of that magnitude happening. I mean, we've definitely seen people leave out on the stretcher
I'm gonna play a
with
different
the
angle.
with
Yeah, it was-
the neck brace thing. But
It was cool to see him go back to the
They had to
stadium.
let him play. They had to let him, like,
Yeah,
because it was such a national story. Because think about, like,
well, I mean, people came out and said he was a clone.
what?
You know,
Yeah,
what I mean? Like,
whatever you
all this
wanna do, but,
craziness
like,
stuff.
I just look at the injury aspect. Like, just like you said, how many people see their leg get gone, and you will never
see them
get
again.
a chance
Yeah.
again because that's common.
Yeah.
But because he almost died, we got to show like we care about our
See?
guys.
Yeah.
Now we got to play the
It's okay, guys. He's back.
the PR game. Yes, now we got to play the PR game for sure.
Nothing's wrong
Like,
with him.
Buffalo, I know you want to cut him. This is what we do in the league. If you can't suit up, we're letting you go. But guess what, Buffalo?
We're keeping you.
He is on. That's the league calling Buffalo and saying,
So let me ask you this: so you don't think he was good enough to hold on to see? So like his talent doesn't get him.
He was just gone for.
I
He was
believe
unavailable
that
for.
as a late round pick that he was, at a position that he plays,
Yeah.
any other team will pass on him. We'll look at Sam Darnold. That's the college player who came out homosexual before the draft.
Yeah.
Like, we can find multiple people better than you.
Yeah.
But because you came out and said that, now you put the league in a bind. The league's going to cause a...
It's an image-based thing.
Now we're playing the PR game. Just
Yeah.
like I feel like they're playing with DeMar Hamlin. And now we're going to play the PR game.
Okay.
He has to get drafted. He has to play on a team.
Which for me, I was looking at it on the light of somebody that went through, experienced what he experienced, and was able to make it back on the field. Which
And I think that most...
I'm
looking at
is,
it as an injury thing.
no. What you're saying, what I would take is you're looking at it, well, you're saying as an injury, but I'm saying what you okay from a Jerry Jones point of view.
As a PR. I mean, but
You know what I'm
Alex
saying? Like,
Smith
I
almost died with his leg injury and came back and played.
Yeah. I'm saying for me as a player, if I was him, and I don't know what happened behind the scenes. Like, cause I personally think that it was one of them situations where him getting back on the field doesn't necessarily mean he's gonna play again.
Mm-hmm.
It just like I get back on the field, I raise my hand up. You know what I'm saying? They do a run play because they know I'm on the field, and the running back's not going to try to score. You know what I
that's a
mean?
PR
Like,
move
they
right
just
there.
get a
That's
couple yards,
that's
and then
a
I
PR
get off the play.
Yeah.
So what I did was I suffered cardiac arrest on the football field, died, whatever you want to call it, and then I was able to make it back, as you saying, as a story. But I look at it on my mind is whether it was set up that way or not. For me, I would assume that he's like, and maybe he's.
I'm here.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
This is
but
dope.
maybe it's not that way. Maybe it's more of them situations where it's like, hey man, you're gonna stay around to do this. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna get us that good PR.
He's
no,
like,
no,
"Guys,
no,
I'm
dead
done."
serious. Like,
And they're
we're
like,
not
"No."
gonna cut you. You don't have to come to the facility. You don't have to come to practice. You don't have to do nothing but just October 1st, come to the game, bro. And this is what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Or
But
for him to just to go on your route. Like, regardless of the fact, he did it.
he did it. Yeah.
He stayed in shape.
Yeah.
He continued to perform. He worked his way back. But I look at it as any other injury. Like, I'm happy and proud for any injured player who could have had a career-ending injury to come back and play the game again.
And he made it to the elite. He made it to the NFL. Regardless of what happened, he made
That
it.
part.
You know what I'm saying? What else we got?
Excuse me.
Dang, gang. Okay.
Gang.
So
That's it. Nothing else happened.
no, that was the boys getting hit upside the head with the chair.
Oh man, the Birmingham boat fight.
Birmingham boat fight.
What's the
Was it
date?
that
Is
important?
that where it was? In
What's the
Alabama,
date?
right?
Huh?
What's the date?
I don't even know.
Didn't they have January 6th? We had August 6th or something like that? Or
I don't know. Don't
maybe
get me
it
the
was August
line.
7th or something.
Boys
I
was
seen
real-
the meme, but yeah.
Boys took
It was,
it
what's
that
that
way.
holiday in August?
Boys
Yeah.
took it like that. It was like,
Yeah.
man, they did it. We
That boy tossed that hat up, man.
Hey, man. Two things. One, I think the people were wrong, bro. Now, I don't know the laws when it comes down to how you can park your boat, where they park their boat, stuff like
It
that.
was in the wrong spot.
But
That's what I heard.
They attacked the security guard.
no,
So
I'm
the
saying
security guard moved the boat.
they say they were.
And they
If I'm in
attacked
the wrong, if my initial, if what I'm doing initially is right, and you engage me in aggressive, disrespectful, whatever manner, and now I engage you, and then we get into whatever. For me, what the initial cause was, I'm right about. So you're wrong. Yeah. Whatever happened from there, you're wrong. Because you did all this. I didn't have to. Regardless if you don't like it, you don't have to like everything that somebody does. But legally, did he have the right to do it? I personally, based off of what information that I know, I would say no, because they were docking, or I would say yes, but it was one of them situations where it's like, there's two big boats. You're trying to dock in between these huge boats. Anybody with common sense will move around. Just go right over here and then dock over here.
When you ask them to move their boat like 50 times and they don't move it,
then it's like, okay, you're being a jerk.
I gotta move it out of the way. And as he was doing that, like that's when the whole thing, hey, don't touch my damn boat.
And then they got packed out.
And then and then they started jumping a dude because they're fucking. I don't like that shit. Like, first of all, there's like 6 of y'all and one of him. Like,
I don't care.
He's just doing his job. But and then everyone came to the rescue, and the first thing I thought was like, yo, if I was there, at first, like, I would have immediately jumped in and tried to help the black dude, and that I was thinking like 2 minutes later, I would have been getting my ass kicked by everyone because no one would have known I was trying to help.
Like, you'd have to be like, hey. Hey, no, I'm helping. Like you had to be one of them dudes like that. You would have had to take a couple punches to try to prove that you're like.
No, he's gonna take a couple punches and then they can pick him the shit and mind his business. Sorry, yep, you had to take a. That's what would have been the outcome was. He shouldn't have been in there anyway. He got to mind his business.
That's true.
But you got none of y'all's money, y'all business. Neither.
They gave it up to old buddy that jumped in and swam all the way over there. Yeah, said the first person that ever swam to a fight. You know what I mean?
Yes, but apparently a lot of the guys who jumped in were
patrons of another boat.
They were part of it because he was a crew member.
Yes.
And a lot of the crew was like, they went in there and got down. There's a couple of bystanders who
went
in and, hey, I'm getting in on this.
Yeah. I mean, if once you see the situation, I think, again, I don't say in America, but once you see like black and white, and then you kind of watch the situation play out, I don't know what was said. I don't know if he said, no, you know what I mean? N-word, and then he's like, oh, like, I don't know. Yeah, he hit him with the double N-word. No.
Yeah, you don't call him a redskin.
In my world, it'd be okay. It'd be all right.
Wouldn't offend me.
He said, how are you trying to offend me? That's what he said. How? Okay.
But like it don't matter about what was said. Like, I think that's just to me, it was people doing the right thing.
To a certain
helping the dude.
Helping the situation.
I wouldn't have seen
I don't think people
any different if it was 6 black guys jumping on one white guy and it was like, oh, whoa.
And then they start packing them out. Yeah.
I just look at it that way, but a lot of people want to look at the race thing, and I get it.
Of course, that's what I say. Like it's the white
few examples of just like, God,
like
that's really white versus black right there.
What did we learn from that though?
That
chill out.
Everybody gonna get some charges.
No, folding chairs will shut a situation down. That's what we learned from that.
Hey, them folding chairs sold out so goddamn people.
Folding chairs and
ignorant. Walmart put folding chairs. You know, like on a Black Friday they put them pallets out. I seen pictures of Walmart with folding chairs like it was Black Friday, sold out. Motherfuckers, that shit. You got your Malcolm X picture, your Martin Luther King picture, and then a folding chair hanging there. Right?
I seen boys with the.
You got your Obama picture.
I seen.
And then.
Yeah, I seen boys with the folding chair like on a like in a belt loop. Like I got to keep it on me. The boys be crazy, man.
But on the other side, basically, he got a folding chair.
Okay. Chill out,
man.
Chill out. You know how they roll with them folding chairs.
Jump at him. He hit that woman with it.
He was cracking people, man. He was cracking people, and
that dude believes in equality.
Man, what? He giving it to anybody out there, man. All you got to do is
I
fit
ain't
the,
hit her,
fit
the
the
chair
complexion.
did.
Yeah. That boy was just
Shit was
swinging.
just heavy. I couldn't control it. Shit just smacked some
Hey,
people around. My bad.
the top movies of 2023 in order. And this is going off box orders, how much, box office, how much they
Okay, so you
sold.
went off money made.
Yeah.
Okay.
Barbie. Well, let's start at number 10. Ant-Man. The universe. What
They
I
said
forget.
that was a bust. Quantum Universe.
Quantumverse, which I thought was pretty decent. I thought
I
it was a
ain't
decent
seen
movie.
They said it was a bomb. They said it was a flop.
How much you want to bet I haven't seen at least 8 of these?
What else we got?
I would say 7 at least.
7? I'm going with
No, I'm saying, excuse me, 3.
I seen them
At
all
least.
but Oppenheimer.
Okay. Next is Elemento. I try to add Spanish on that motherfucker. Elemento. Elemental.
The animated movie.
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah, I did see that.
Good
With the
movie. I
kids.
liked it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Mission Impossible with Jonathan Hanks.
Great.
Didn't watch it, but I haven't seen it. Don't judge me. But I'm gonna watch it on this next mission I go on.
Thanos shows up and snaps. Everybody dies.
Oh,
Jesus.
I don't want to watch it no more. You just
No
ruined
need.
it.
No need. I ruined the end.
Little Mermaid. Didn't watch it either with the black girl.
Yeah.
Who is that? Halle Bailey? Halle
Haley,
Bailey?
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
She can sing. Like, motherfucker, damn.
Sing.
Perfect voice for it.
Did she say?
She killed it.
She-
Mariah, you like Little Mermaid or no?
A lot of people
Okay,
got
got
mad
it.
about her
Boom.
being black, but
Certified.
she was
Shouts out to Mariah for
It's
giving
stamped.
us that info.
It's stamped.
Spider-Man.
Best movie of the year.
the Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse.
What is it? I don't even know what I wrote. After the Spider-Verse or whatever it is.
Yeah, Into the Multiverse.
Into the multiverse, whatever it is.
That was
I
a
think
hell
it
of
was a
movie.
good one.
So
I think it
I've
was a
seen
good
two.
one.
I can't. Hopefully, no.
I think it was, out of the animated ones, do y'all think that was the best one that was made?
That's one of my favorite movies that I've seen in like
That
the
was-
last
that movie
10,
was
15 years.
That movie was amazing.
The only,
I think-
the only bad thing about it was it didn't keep going, so I could find
Well,
out.
no,
what
the
fuck
ending
happened.
is like
I think the only bad thing about it was it
you
wasn't
spit in
humans.
my face.
Yeah,
I think it was. If it would have been, the only thing I can't say bad thing. I think that the storyline was so dope that they could have been. It could have been real Spider-Man, like Tobey Maguire type Spider-Man.
It is.
And
I mean, it's
animated outside of the
it's
animated.
just
It
in a
could have
different universe.
been okay.
Because you remember they went and they showed that we're part of the live action.
Oh,
universe.
true. Okay.
They
Okay.
popped his
Yeah.
head
Okay.
in there and
Okay.
she was
Okay.
in it. You
Yeah.
know what
You're
I'm
right.
saying?
You're right. You're right.
It's just the animated version of it.
Fast X or Fast
Okay.
10. I didn't watch it.
That was good.
They said that. Well, I seen the where the Rock was holding on to the.
The Rock wasn't in that.
What was that 9 then?
where he was holding on to the two
I
helicopters
gave
or
up
whatever,
on him, man.
keeping them together.
Yeah.
That's definitely
Once they start getting away
that's
from the
definitely Captain
cars-
America.
No.
Rock had
it was
two
one of the-
helicopters.
No, bro. He
Oh,
was,
Vin
he was
Diesel.
standing on to the.
Was it Vin Diesel?
No, it was the Rock. He was holding on to the back of the car that was driving, and there was a helicopter. He's grabbing the. And he's like, come on, man.
Yeah, I remember.
That was Vin Diesel when they was on the island. I don't think that was 10. That was 9.
And that's what I said. It might have been 9, but okay. That's that. I gave up on them when they got away from the cars. I want to say it's Fast 3, Tokyo Drift. When they start getting away from the cars,
When they were.
Tokyo
Okay,
Drift
so
was the
this how I
last
look
one
at
that they like was into the cars when cars was the thing.
Well, cars
'Cause
is
when
still the
Fast-
thing.
In theory,
Using their skills.
yes,
Like,
but they like
now we've been.
But there's a much more deep story behind it.
Yeah,
that
like
spends
we've
a lot
been
of time.
hired. So, like, think about a car club getting hired by the people who employed James Bond, like Q Penny and them. Like, now we brought you. That's who Mr. Nobody is and all that. Like, hey, we're gonna use your car club skills with the U.S. government. We're gonna get you the best of the best.
yeah. Okay,
Now y'all working out and shit. A little HGH, super soldier serum. Vin Diesel could be Captain America.
That's all you need.
yeah, because I've seen it. Oh, he got blown up or something
he
like
caught
that and
that
didn't
car
bleed.
in 10.
I got it.
Like that big ass ball was rolling through the town in Italy, wherever they was at, and that car flipped up.
Get Garden of the Galaxies
shit.
3.
Right, yeah.
1, 3. Okay, that's number.
That's number 2 for me.
That would probably go down.
That's number 4 on the list.
That's number 4. But that's probably my. Damn, that really came out this year. Yeah, that's. I don't think there's another movie that beats that one.
I
That
think
was the best movie of the year.
what I hated about it was
That's
how
just
Kimura
spoilers.
treated. And if y'all haven't watched it, spoiler alert. I didn't like how Kimura treated.
It's a different Gamora.
Yeah,
I know.
Star
I
Wars.
just didn't.
That's her.
The love story.
It sucked.
It sucked for him.
I
I wanted him to I wanted the love story for him because it was like, dang man, like you didn't did all
Went
this.
back to the original pimping. But you think you
instead
already
of doing
had.
all that simping.
You feel me? Like the first one you met, you already knocked all that out. Now you're thinking like, oh, it's easy. No, you gotta
You got
go
to start
deep in
over.
that bag. Yeah, start
Get
over.
off in there.
Remember how you got it. Do it the same way.
Top 3 movies of 2023. What do y'all? Well, doesn't matter.
Barbie, Oppenheimer. I don't know what would be 3.
Oppenheimer is number 3,
Okay.
which I didn't go watch it
I didn't
because
see
we've
it.
already we already know what happened.
I've watched way too much history.
Yeah, that's what I'm
shit,
saying. We
so
already
to
know what
watch that
happened.
movie, I'm
So
good.
to watch that movie, you're just trying to act like the dialogue in it is what they really said.
Oh, yeah, it's a story.
You know what I
behind
mean? Super Mario. I thought it was a dope movie.
it. Number 3 on my list.
That's number 2. I thought it was a dope storyline, and they're making some good storylines. One thing I didn't like about it was
It's all 4.
maybe they're bringing them in, and this is what I'm hoping for. So I can't say I didn't like it. I just hope they bring them in or mix up Super Mario 2, Wario, and
Waluigi.
Waluigi.
Well,
yeah.
you gotta keep them.
Yeah,
You gotta keep them to be able to do a number.
Another 2, yeah.
You gotta keep them in the cut.
And then last but not least, the number 1 movie
I'm a Barbie girl
in a Barbie world. It's fantastic. I'm just
Made of
plastic.
Something like that.
I didn't watch that one either.
Nah, me neither.
I watched
My
it.
daughters did. They wouldn't watch it.
I heard it wasn't bad.
I mean, I don't. I think what you said, there was like a couple parts in there where that was like a little.
Well, it's PG-13. So with that being said, they do have non-kid friendly jokes.
Okay. Non-kid, but PG-13. They technically they have
So, like-
parent guardians, 13 and up jokes.
So you remember I called you.
Yeah,
Said, hey, these are the jokes they said. I know it was gonna happen. And he's like, well, did my daughter have fun? So they had a blast. Okay, I ain't tripping. But still, I sat in there and was like,
What the hell?
Can you say that? Hey, you don't say that.
like, I get the, when you think of Barbie, everything Barbie before that was like literally like,
Yeah,
hey,
they
okay,
already
I can let my kids watch it and not have to worry about it. But
Then we have private parts.
Shit smooth.
No, I'm dead serious. Like that's so
Smooth as
you would
eggs.
assume that's.
But that's part of things they reference. Like,
I think that's a new day and age time thing, to reference borderline.
well, yeah, so that's the play on it. Like you said, they don't have private parts. Well, hey, let's joke about the fact that
They don't have.
we don't
okay.
have private parts.
Okay.
So when she walked up,
Let's
and
go
said,
rub our smooths together.
So hit a joke like that. You get what I'm saying? Or hey, he doesn't even have the male vagina part or
Yeah.
male vagina.
I was about to say.
just
I was
fucked
like,
Whoa.
all right.
Whoa.
Excuse me.
Whoa. It's a split.
Yeah, he doesn't have the male private part. I already said vagina, but okay, so he doesn't have the male.
Yeah.
Hey,
let me go make
he
it.
doesn't have a penis.
Yeah, he can't do it
Or
because
she
he doesn't have them. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
that's what I'm like.
So I would prefer the movies be.
But the movie was great.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, so PG-13, TVMA, rated R, Y, what is it? TVY or
For young and then
yeah, Y7 or whatever. Like, I think those ratings nowadays mean something. Maybe when we was, maybe the jokes that we had wasn't as in.
Well, I look at Ace Ventura when I was a kid.
Bro, but that's to me that was
When I was
funny jokes though.
And now you look at watch it as an adult. You
Yeah, it's just like I don't want my kids learning.
They was having sex in there.
It's a lot of bro.
They was making some really inappropriate jokes, but like
they had on WWE, bro.
Yeah, come on,
With
bra
the-
and
with
panty
the-
matches.
Yes, they had the bed
Puppies!
where they was in the bed together.
Yes.
like
That's how I watch all of it.
I'm loving it too. You know what I mean? Maybe okay, but whatever. That's life.
Me, myself, and Irene.
Yeah, great movie.
That was rated R.
a great movie. Yeah,
That was a great movie.
Great movie. I recommend everybody go watch that.
They still had that shit on regular TV though.
Mariah can't watch that by herself.
No, we're not talking about kids. I'm talking about grown
That's what
adults.
the conversation.
Oh yeah. You're right. So yeah, nah, man, they should keep it where it's supposed to be. The joke should be catered to, regardless of what you think. Or what somebody thinks a 13-year-old experiences. You should still cater those jokes to the most limited of what that person. You know what I'm saying?
But I also think that's too. Like, we have to keep the parents
I was about to say,
somewhat
they're-
entertained.
Yeah, they want
Because they're the ones that's spending the money.
Hey, time out. This message is brought to you by. I just had to say that because I got to piss real fast.
Go.
Yeah, so I can. This is gonna be a little time where
Damn, Browns is destroying the Jets. As if that's a surprise. 34-17 in the fourth.
34-17. Fuck, they got 17 points. Let's see what the defense gave me 20. One sack, they gave me 20. And the Jets defense is giving me, in our league, 14.
Yeah. Yeah, a close game with OI.
Man, that 20 is going to be clutch. Do I have a close game with Ian? Let me see.
Excuse me.
Well, yes, Las Vegas against Indianapolis. Motherfucker. Las Vegas defense has been playing lights out.
That's who I picked up yesterday in my other league.
Let's see what they have points in our league. The last 3 games in our league is 22, 33, 31.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been playing, like you said, they've been playing lights out.
I got them in my other league and didn't play him because I think it's a trap game for us. But our defense is Max Crosby is fucking nasty. I had a friend I talked to on the game all the time about Max Crosby. He hit me up on Christmas like, hey man, you're right. I tell him all the time, like, no matter what. So when I watch games, I look to see who jumps off the. And I wish I remember the Chiefs player last year on defense. He was like 31 or 32 or 35. But he should have been MVP if Jalen Hurts didn't get it because he jumped off the screen. He's the one who had the fumble when he took it out Hurts' hands. Like, he jumped off the screen with it. So that's how I look at it. Like, when I'm watching the game, it's always on low volume because I don't want the commentators to tell me, oh, this guy's doing great, he's doing great. No, I'm watching the game. Who jumps off the screen to me? When I watch the Raiders, Max Crosby on both teams. Like, he's the best player on both teams. Every game. Every game.
I remember he was talking about he had ran somebody over, like took him down, and they was oh man I tripped up. He was like nah, I took you down, bro. You don't try to not give me my credit for that.
I tripped, bro.
Yeah, no. Hey man, so yeah man, the numbers, the TV 13, PG-13, I say TV.
The ratings, yeah.
The ratings for those movies should be as
like, they shouldn't dictate what my 13 and above should be able to.
But then how do you say what a 13-year-old knows and what they don't know? Because I don't know where they're getting these rating numbers from.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's just what they allowed to say in movies. So, like, now you might be able to say the N-word in a PG-13.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
might be
So
able
like,
to
I
say
don't know when.
Shit. Damn.
You used to not be able to say bitch on TV, and now you can.
Bitch. Yeah, you can say bitch on regular TV.
Regular TV, yeah.
So like they're
But you can't say
loosening up.
shit. We're fucked.
Yeah, they're
But that's what.
loosening up.
So who is it? Is it based off our day and age, our time and age?
No, it's
where-
definitely the playoff committee. The 12 people who picked the college football.
That makes sense. Those same 12 people. Condoleezza
Condoleezza Rice.
Condoleezza Rice.
It's definitely them. I don't see anybody else.
Hey man, so since we're talking about Condoleezza,
What did
Trump
she do
faces
this year?
criminal charges.
Speaking of Condoleezza,
Condoleezza,
Trump.
yeah, he loves her. He likes her. He told me that.
Oh yeah.
He
I
said-
mean, I believe that he likes her
I like
until
her.
she says
I like
anything
her.
negative about him. Then he'll hate her.
Man, Shane Gillis has the funniest. Shout out to Shane Gillis, man. If you're watching this, I fuck with you, man.
That dude has a perfect.
Trump impressionist.
Yeah.
It's like amazing. But him facing criminal charges obviously is a big thing that happened this year. What do you think about that? I know you.
I think some of them are.
Trumped up.
I think some of them are bullshit. And you know,
We got
a lot of
91
people-
charges, bro.
Yeah, and like, 36 of them are basically like the same exact charge. They just like changed like small little things. I don't know. A lot of people are like, oh, Trump is, the government's out to get Trump, and a lot of times I don't know if I believe that, but then a lot of times you see some of the shit and you're like, all right, well this seems like a little bit of bullshit, and then
Of course, I think a lot of
other
it.
ones are I have to say, okay, like, all right, let's see where this goes.
I don't think that any of his charges are quote unquote bullshit. I think that they're BS to the point where it's gonna be hard to prove in court, right? And we've talked about this before on the podcast. I just think a lot of the charges is, yes, me and you are walking. I punch you in your face and watch you fall down the cliff. King Dano sees it, and he sees me, and he's like, oh, I feel like he did it on purpose. But you feeling like I did it on purpose and not having a way to prove it is two different things in court. The court of public opinion, whole different ballgame, right? But when it comes down to actual court itself,
Yeah, proving intent.
proving
is
it, you know what I'm
difficult.
saying? Like that's a whole different ballgame, and I think that's where a lot of the situation plays. So is that good criminology on his end? If he did do these things and got away with it, or is it a bad thing that he got away with it? Right? You know what I mean? Like, so for me, I personally feel like it's gonna be hard to prove a lot of these things. Some of them I do think may stick, but will he do jail time is the real thing. And last thing I read that they stopped him from, he can't rerun for president. I don't know if that was
In some
In
states.
Colorado, yeah, they passed it through their Supreme Court, so it'll go up to the actual Supreme Court, and I highly doubt that it would stick.
So what
I
that
think
would
it
do,
would
like,
go
so if you can't run for president in Texas,
I guess you would
You just automatically lose it?
that state,
yeah,
and hope that you can carry on without it. I don't know. It seems a little
Well,
crazy.
as the Democratic or whatever party you are, if you can't even run in all 50 states, I'm not even gonna nominate you.
That's the thing, though. Yeah, and to be honest, I don't want Trump. To
So
be
somebody else
the
would be
Republican
nominated.
nominee, but
Okay,
he's
gotcha.
going to be. Trump.
I
don't know.
think he is.
I thought Trump would have beat Biden back in 2020. I think if Trump runs, I think he'll beat Biden now.
I
But
think
thought that before, so I could be wrong.
I think Trump running for running against Hillary Clinton, if that would have been that Trump running for against Biden, he would have won. But I think his presidency is what allowed him to lose that election against Biden.
I think him on Twitter is what made him lose that
Well, his
election.
mouth.
If he wouldn't have been on president, if he
It's-
wouldn't have
it's
been a
definitely his
president
mouth.
and did
If-
everything
if
that
he-
he
if
did
he just would've
on
shut
Twitter,
up.
yeah, if he would have did the same thing, even if he didn't shut up, even if he didn't shut up, and he wouldn't have been president, I think he would still beat Biden at that point. I just think that at that particular time in life, based off of the political situation in the world, what people were feeling like,
Oh, a lot of people hate Trump.
Well, his mouth got him in because that when you play
Wasn't
it
the
right.
status quo.
Well, no, when his mouth, it got people on that side who didn't vote come out and vote. But his mouth kept running and got people on the other side that said, all right, now we need to get out vote to get him out.
to get him out.
So
Exactly.
it played him in and played
play
him
him
out.
out. Yeah, okay.
I agree.
What about Biden? He announced that he's rerunning.
Yeah, I mean, I figured
Well, he
he
has
would.
to win. He has to win the nomination.
No, Grant, that's what I was about to say. One of the things that he's very low in the polls right
They
now.
getting him out. Yeah, he would not run.
I would be very surprised if the Democrats do not allow him to take the nomination and rerun.
Do not allow him
I'd
to.
be surprised if they took it away from him and gave
So
it
you
to
expect
someone
him
else.
to-
I think they're going to allow him to
If
rerun.
they
How
did,
old
which
is
gonna be a
Biden? 80?
mistake.
If they did, it won't be Harris as VP. It won't be the same ticket.
I think they're going to leave it
Exactly the
as
same.
is. That's what I think. I don't think it's a good formula, and I think they
course
know
not.
that. But I don't know if they have a better.
I don't think their gimmicks are going to work this time.
I think
I agree.
I think the gimmick isn't. Well, I think the gimmick's up.
I just
You
don't
what
know
I mean?
if
I think
they're gonna
everybody
change
sees
it.
through it now, but I definitely think that. I kind of agree with what you're saying that they'll rerun the same card.
It's
It
almost
won the
like,
first time.
Changing it would be like admitting something was
It
wrong.
was wrong.
with it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
So they don't want to do that.
And the reason I say that is because he did the pardons on the simple possession marijuana, and that's in D.C. He did that, and he's actually trying to grant clemency to like 11 people. But you do all this stuff at the tail end of your career as a presidency, obviously, because now it's time to vote again. You got to get people back on your side, stuff like that. I definitely understand it to that degree, but I definitely see them doing the same exact ticket again, if anything. Now, will he survive? And I don't mean this in a negative way. No, that's serious. Like, he's an old guy. Like, he's
He
like,
is.
what is he, 80 something?
I want to say he's 82. but I could
82?
be wrong.
Like,
81, 82, something.
you know what I mean? Will you survive to make it a presidency? And I'm not, to be completely honest, outside of like, I'm about to say a lot of stuff that's outside of like him seeming like he's crazy, falling off the bike, not being able to walk right, confusing his wife with his sister. He seems like an okay guy. Like he should be able to survive. And minus his age. You know what I mean?
It,
So
it
like,
just seems like mentally he's going.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So minus all of that, he should be he in theory he'll be able to make it through presidency. Now whether that's gonna do anything for anybody, I don't know. You know what I mean? And have we ever had a president die in while they're president?
Eisenhower? Or was it? No, it was
JFK was literally assassinated.
JFK was.
I'm talking
assassinated.
about die. Like, well, yeah.
During
I'm
World
talking
War
about
II.
like just pass on. So to speak.
Roosevelt
Not in
didn't Roosevelt pass away during World War II, and then Eisenhower had to take over.
took over. Okay.
And then
All
dropped the
right.
bomb.
Okay.
Drop it the bomb.
So
Yeah, I'm talking about somebody.
somebody that died.
There's a lot of somebody's.
Yeah. So I mean, okay, in that case, if Kamala is vice president,
She'd be president. That's
is
scary.
wouldn't it? That's what I'm saying. So wouldn't you want Biden to stay alive?
If it's between the two, yeah.
If I'm the Democratic Party,
You're not even putting him up there now.
No, I agree. I would get rid of him, but I don't think they will.
it's not even it. So if you just want to keep his votes, he endorses, and that's what they'll do, right?
He endorsed
He will
somebody else.
endorse the nominee and get behind him because the way Obama does. That's just the way they
Yes,
honor that code of, hey,
I'm gonna get behind.
it's not me, but
It's this guy.
But it's
I'm for
He's the next guy.
party.
Yeah, he's the
diet me.
next.
Yeah, so you look at, I don't think Trump would do the same. Like, Trump's not endorsing whoever the Republicans put up.
It's me or it's no one.
Or nobody. So
I
that's
think he
why
endorses if he's not in the run.
No.
He's not giving up his.
Well, if
He didn't
he's
even endorse the
president-
quarterback. I'm the
If he's
quarterback.
president
He
and
ain't
someone's
endorsed the
running for
fucking
like
president.
governor,
Excuse my language.
because that in the Georgia race he endorsed.
But he's not running it. He's not running against
that's
that.
what I'm
That's what I'm
saying.
saying. Like, if he's not running for president, I think he'll
He
endorse
may stand
anybody.
behind a governor or something like
Because
that.
Yeah.
if I think that he would endorse,
Himself.
if he would endorse a new Republican presidential candidate, I
No,
think he
not for
would have
president.
endorsed a peaceful or whatever he would endorse Biden on the way. Like, he's the only one to act.
No, because McClain wasn't fond of Obama.
But he wasn't out there bashing him every day either.
What was that? He didn't trump him.
Social media. Okay, so
He didn't trump
so
him.
there
I'm
we
not
go.
gonna say that he didn't
there
come
we
through
go.
with that
That's all
type
I'm
of dialogue, but he definitely didn't have the after
Was
Obama's
McClain the
inauguration.
president? Was McClain the president?
Who the hell is McClain?
John McClain, when he ran against Obama and he lost.
McCain?
McCain.
I'm like,
What did I say? Did I say McClain?
And I'm like,
I thought I said McCain.
Isn't
But
that a
what
distribution
I'm
center?
saying is every
Yeah,
president,
Temple.
Fuck? What the hell
every
does that got to do
president
with
handed
this?
over the office and saying, "Hey, this is the new president."
Oh, you okay?
He'll
Okay.
do good. So if Trump wouldn't do that, I don't see him endorsing a new.
Okay. I see what
Like,
you're
even
saying.
if-
Incoming, the new incoming president. I got you.
I mean,
got
he's
you.
already shitting on every other Republican.
But I think that's the
candidate.
type
He's
of
been
dude
doing
he
it.
is, though.
That's
You know what I mean?
You
But
either fuck with him or fuck you.
But I
That's
think
his
that
attitude.
goes against. I think that's based off of
That's,
if you're in my realm of what I got going on, then you're free game. But if you're not, then it's cool.
that's why I think it'll hurt. I think that it would. The Democrats can do that, and it can succeed, other than Republicans being able to do that. Because I think Biden's the type of guy to where if we decide as a party, he's been playing politics longer than anybody.
Facts.
So we decide I'm not the guy. I'm not gonna sit here and be all ooh, ooh. No, I'm gonna say, hey, whatever story you want me to say, this is the new guy. Everybody go vote for him.
Gotcha.
Whatever story y'all come up with.
Okay. I mean,
I was able to beat Trump because I was Obama's vice president. I was the darling.
well, I would say that he beat Trump because everybody wanted Trump out.
Because people wanted Trump out. But I was the perfect candidate because you can associate me with something.
I associate him with bad stuff personally.
Well, all we know he was who's vice president?
Obama.
And then people went out and voted record numbers for who?
Obama.
Okay, so if I'm trying to get them associated with anything, is I know that when I picked that card, I seen this name.
That's crazy. Yeah. Oh, Biden, man.
Ain't doing too
His
great.
son isn't doing well either. You know,
Well,
with the coke in the White House. That's definitely not the first time coke's been in the White House, and it won't be
you
the
know, they
last.
just closed that investigation. We couldn't figure out whose coke it is, so we just closed it. I mean,
So it's
who
Coke?
knows if it's
Okay, so let me
Hunter's,
ask the
but
question.
it's a big coincidence.
Is Coke the bad thing, or working with other foreign nations worse?
Or
Wait,
doing
say
what?
that again?
Working with foreign nations.
Oh yeah, his work with the foreign nations is definitely worse.
Okay, is he the only one who did that?
Well, the coke isn't his; it's his son's.
I'm talking.
So that's
we're
an
talking
easy
about
fix.
So we're talking about the president's kids. That's just.
That's an
I
easy
hate doing
fix.
politics.
Get his
Well, I
son
mean,
out of there.
well,
We act like Trump kids didn't do shit wrong.
I
mean,
don't
not
know
what-
if
I
any
mean-
business
Kid
deals
laws.
with China and you know where
They're going through.
Trump
They're
got
going
paid
through. They're
from
going through
foreign,
whatchamacallit
like,
for
Biden
that.
did.
Uh,
They're going through
What's
cases for that type of stuff too.
I know that they got all these tapes and they got all these copies of checks, you know, of Biden getting paid exactly what 10% is, and they keep referencing the big guy while he was vice president. Like, it's pretty apparent that Biden was using the name of, or Hunter Biden was using the name of the Biden family and the fact that his dad was vice president of the United States as leverage over these companies to get money, for business deals, not just, taking it from them, but, saying, hey, do business with us, pay us this, blah, blah, blah. And, he would use his dad as an example. And I'm not saying that he's the only person to ever do it, but, which is it's something that needs to be investigated,
Yeah,
and
which
it's
they
something
are.
that-
They're investigating it.
yeah, but who? Not the DOJ.
You said it needs to be investigated, and I'm
Right.
telling you, they're investigating.
But who's investigating it?
So now you want to dictate who investigates who?
Yeah, because shouldn't the Department of Justice dictate or investigate
That's what you
that?
believe,
But they don't want to because
in an
they're
investigation is
controlled by-
investigation, right?
No, it depends on
What?
who's.
What
it
are we
depends on
saying,
who's-
bro? If I'm doing an
why would-
investigation,
Who are you to do an investigation? That's what
that's
I'm saying.
why I'm here to do the
Who is
investigation.
I'm? Who's I'm? I don't know who you are. You're not the Department of Justice who should be doing these investigations.
How do you
but
know I
since
don't
you're
answer up to
controlled-
them?
But since you're controlled by the Biden administration, you're not going to pursue something that's going to make Biden look bad. So instead, all these
You don't think that the
subcommittees have
the
to
fact
try
that
and-
this case is going on
there is no case going on. This is
The investigation,
Republicans.
excuse me.
These are Republican subcommittees that are intentionally probing into this to look into it themselves, that are finding this information. This isn't the Department of Justice going after that or anything like that.
Yeah, man, you got to create that scenario. You got to create that narrative, shall I say. You got to create the narrative so that the DOJ will be able to go in and go do some investigations. Just because you and other people that's against me say these type of things doesn't mean that it's true.
All the stuff verified on the laptop and the
Okay,
fact that they
so-
suppressed the story with the laptop. And
Okay, so let me ask you what this is what I was trying to reference to. Because
it goes so
we're-
deep.
We're going to jump on Hunter Biden, but I was referencing you talking about the Coke. We can go to the laptop, whatever, but Jared Kushner is who to Trump?
Jared Kushner?
Yes.
I don't know their exact relationship.
Okay, it's his son-in-law, married to his daughter.
Okay.
Right? Okay, with the $2 billion from Saudi investments, like they gave him $2 billion. So I'm not tripping on Lil Coke. I'm following the money. So we bring up this. Let's bring up that. Like we everybody want to focus on Hunter Biden, but $2 billion from Saudi.
I mean, Hunter
was it
Biden
illegal?
didn't touch some
that?
millions
So
too.
it
though.
wasn't an illegal way to do it. Like, just because you got money from a foreign place doesn't necessarily make it automatically wrong. I'm not
And
saying
Saudi
that it
Arabia
isn't
is
wrong.
not
It may be
necessarily
wrong.
our enemies either.
I don't know the stipulations around it to say, yeah, okay, that's the same situation. It may be because, of course, people on the right are just as capable as people on the left of doing wrong.
Now, if it
Everyone's
would've been-
capable of doing wrong because most of them are all corrupt.
Yeah. I mean, I think that corruption and what we as regular people consider corruption is normal day-to-day dealings certain time with higher ups when you come down to certain levels of
Insider
doing
trading.
I what Martha Stewart got arrested for, right? I think that certain information you just get when you're higher up and you can make certain decisions based off of that information that you got
If
that
you're in
allows
Congress,
you to be in a
you shouldn't be able to
successful position, though everybody else is bad, or it allow you to be in a position where your dealings with this person may seem a bad way based off of what others think.
Okay, so let me give a little backstory to it. So he accepted money, or struck a deal, or whatever. I know he got $2 billion from
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi, who the United States already deemed was foul. So that's like we deemed him as a terrorist or whatever. They deemed him as an enemy of the state, and you wouldn't go cut a deal with him.
Wait. Saudi Arabia, the country, or the guy that he did the deal with?
The guy who did.
Okay.
He said he was he helped kill the dismemberment of Jamal. Yes.
That news reporter guy
Yes.
that wrote stuff that they didn't like.
Yes. And so they deemed him, hey, we ain't mess with him. And then
Okay.
as your president, your son-in-law go cut a deal with him. So that's how I look at it. So like
Yeah, but
when we look at these deals, like let's not just focus on this. Let's focus on I follow the money.
is
So
that
that's
illegal?
I would think so. Even if not illegal, it's
to me,
morally wrong.
I don't know. It
It might
depends on
not
what
be
the
illegal to
stipulations
work
are.
with your enemies. It might not be illegal. But morally,
Well, Saudi Arabia is not.
That's what I'm saying. Saudi Arabia is not an
wasn't
enemy to.
Saudi Arabia.
That's what.
It was
But that's
the
what you said.
guy.
It's the guy
they
himself.
said, yes.
So the guy himself may be considered a terrorist, and he does dealings with a country or in a country that is maybe not in bed with America, but that has an open door policy where they can communicate, and you're able
Or
to
they
get this
say,
deal inked
"We're
based
not
off
fucking-
of.
or we're not fucking with this guy at all. But you guys get in office, and now he's able to say, man, I really need to get in with you guys. So a deal that I only should pay you $500 million for, I'm giving you $2 billion.
Again, numbers wise,
I'm following the money. So
I mean, now,
us
if-
as a
if-
country, if we're so America this, America that, and we deem this guy fucked up, but you guys get in and say, you know what? He might be fucked up, but he offered me 4 times the deal that I should automatically get. Everybody else offered me this money. He's quadrupling that shit. I don't care how salty he is to you guys. I'm taking the deal.
I feel like
So if you're in a position, okay,
no. I was gonna say I feel like any presidencies, names, anything like that. I personally feel like anybody that's in your direct family, your son, your wife, your daughter, they don't have the ability to get money off of who you are and what you are. Anybody outside of that, I feel like they can go out and make any deals that they want to. Whether you co-sign it or not is a whole different ballgame. So if I go out there and say, hey, man, I know King Dano, and man, I'll get him to wear your sandals. Give me $700 million. And I never even give him the sandals. I feel like, hey, bro, that's just what that is, man. I tricked that guy, right? It's not a good look, and that's a conversation that we can have. You know what I'm saying? But to be illegal, I don't consider that illegal, right? But who I do deals with outside of, or excuse me, my family outside of my kids and my wife and my immediate family, how do you stop them from making deals under your name, regardless of what? And I'm not saying that Hunter Biden did that without
Because-
his father. I'm not saying that I forget his son's name. Trump's sons.
Or the stepson,
Yeah,
son-in-law, I guess.
I'm not even him. Like his biological son was in dealings with other people and stuff like that. They were trying to say was illegal dealings that he wasn't supposed to be dealing with. And again, I personally feel like America. I think every country does some underneath the rug shady stuff to make life effective.
I think if
for
it
whatever
comes
be.
to light, you need to be criticized for it. Like,
Yeah, and that's where
Just based
where
off-
passing the buck comes around too.
yeah, like if I'm president and somebody in my immediate family, or not immediate, but if my sister's husband goes and works a deal with North Korea, like,
Without acknowledgement of you, though.
but if he goes over there on the basis of this is me, this is what I can do, or even if I'm tied to him in any business possible, like, I'm gonna get ridiculed for that as well. Like, I don't care if we have the same charity event, but if your name is tied to mine and who I am here to protect all the people.
Yes.
So it's no longer just a business deal. Like, whatever you do affects me, and I'm supposed to be representation of everybody in this country.
Yeah, and when
I
I
think that should be weighed on heavier. So I don't think that
Oh.
if I'm president and my daughter's husband gets a $2 billion deal with North Korea or with somebody who the country deems, all of us as a whole, deems that we ain't be fuck with him. And you'll get that money from him? Yeah. We looking into that. I'm looking at that frowned upon.
I think the investigation part of it is a natural thing, and I think that massive amounts of money that are transposed from one hand to another, especially as a president our political powerhouse, so to speak, whether it's a Supreme Court seat or Department of Justice seat, whatever it is. I think that those type of things, Nancy Pelosi, hell, her and her husband doing all that shit. I think that it should be looked at, but
People in Congress shouldn't be able to trade stocks.
No, they should not.
I agree. But
It should be
the
illegal
back
for
end
them.
to that is I'm married to somebody, so they can't trade stocks. And
Yeah,
I
right.
feel personally, I feel like the same thing that applies should apply over there. Your immediate family should not be able, if they want to trade stocks, cool. But whatever they went off of that is forfeited. It's going back to that company or whatever the case may be. Me personally, because that is the exact way to do insider trading.
It's like the show Linus. Probably one of the best shows this year. I hope Ralph ain't watching because he said, hey, you gotta watch the show. And I troll him all the time. Like, nah, I ain't watching that because he said it was good. I just want to troll him. But one of the best shows. It's a spoiler alert. But, like, they go in and it's like, it's about a, they got special forces. So they had a female go in deep undercover and befriend a wife of a Saudi or whoever, like oil businessman who making a shitload of money, but the money's helping a terrorist group.
Oh, okay. Talking about Iran.
So fast forward to the end, like they end up taking care of and doing the mission completely. But the lady who was controlling the mission, husband, was into stocks. So
Sound
if
like
you
Iran.
take this man out, already have money put into the next guy who we know is going to be successful. So I need you to take out this guy because if we have money in this company, and if this guy's taken out, this company's going to skyrocket.
Yeah, I think that's real life.
The insider trade.
Yeah, I think that's real
So
life.
like, hey, it all depends on. So
Excuse me.
yeah, you're a senator, but imagine having like the CIA leader
Yeah.
in your pocket like that. Like, damn, you can come up with any story and say this person is bad just because we put.
Or you don't have to come up with a story. You just say
we
this
can
didn't
put,
happen.
yeah,
bad.
we can put
Why?
20K
Yeah,
into
you mean
this,
why?
and knowing that if we take this person out, this 20K is gonna go to 600 million.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Shit, crazy.
And again, that's why I say like the knock the insider trading and the immediate family. Nah, same thing with the getting money as a president. Like Kamala Harris, her family shouldn't be able to make trades or do deals with whatever. I don't care if she wearing Converse or not. You ain't from the hood.
Yeah, and I look at it the same
Should
way.
have
Like,
locked up half the hood.
you shouldn't be able to have a deal with Nike the same way you shouldn't be able to have a deal with any other country. If you are connected to the presidency, like you shouldn't be able to get no favorable deals because the way you can manipulate that. So
No,
that's
I
a good
agree.
example.
No, I agree.
So like he shouldn't be able to go over and get $2 billion from Saudi the same way Obama, when he was president, he could easily went and got a Nike shoe.
Well, see,
And
I
make money for 20 years. Or we got the
The
Air
Obama
Force
ones.
Ones.
we got
the
to talk
real
about
life
that. Okay,
Air Force Ones.
Got the wings on it too.
You know what I'm saying? On the shoes. So the same way he can't go get a deal with Nike, your family member should be able to go get a deal with another country. That's how I look at it.
And well, see again, like so in that situation, if the person that's doing the deal, that's on the deal with us, is a what America would consider a bad guy, but I'm doing a deal with a country, so to speak, even though he's
Wow.
on the paperwork with the country.
I misspoke. It wasn't. He did a deal with that guy.
Oh, then yeah. But he's married in.
A hedge fund that was, or a company that was ran by him, who so happened to be the president of, or the king of.
See, and
That was his direct company that did a deal with you for this excess of money.
And so to me, where one of the differences, there may be, but at least at this point, there haven't been any references to him saying, Trump is the reason, and then Trump isn't getting any kickback from it, whereas suppose with Joe Biden, supposedly he is, there's a copy of a check to him.
Yeah, where he
for
wrote to
money.
his
So, I mean,
yeah.
he was, supposedly they're saying he was getting, allegedly, he was getting paid for, these dealings, where with Trump right now, there's nothing to say that he was getting kickbacks from that. So I think that's why they haven't, I guess that's why that probably doesn't get talked enough about. Not saying that there isn't a kickback. It's just at this point
No,
they don't have one. So I think there's just.
I think
I
both
don't
of them
like
are
I said.
wrong.
I was about to say I think everyone, for the most part, is pretty.
No, I think both
corrupt.
of them are wrong. I think that when you deal with people like Trump, he's been getting his family has been so wealthy, so rich for so long that he got people around him that are fully invested into his life. You know what I'm saying? To where you're not gonna make stupid decisions. I'm not gonna allow you to. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand what's going on, be way beyond what
I don't know, man. He did text a lot or tweet a lot.
Yeah, you can't
That's a
stop
lot of
people. You
stupid
can't stop
decisions.
people. You can't stop. Tweeting is one thing, but to write a check to Al Baghdadi is a whole different ball thing. A whole different ball game. Period.
We heard him crying.
Okay,
Al Baghdadi,
to,
he
to
was
speak
crying
on
like a
Jared
dog.
Kushner, like, if you're part of this administration, he's part of the Trump administration. Like, he has a role in the White House.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is true.
You
I didn't even think about
cannot
that.
be
You're right.
doing deals.
Then that's what
You're
I'm
right.
saying. Like,
You're right.
then
I
it's,
didn't even think about that.
So, like, if Hunter Biden is not part of this administration, like,
he's
that's
just his
my
son,
kid wilding out.
which I still think that he should not be, because you still
agree.
you still hold leverage. You can
You
still go.
hold leverage,
Yeah,
but
I
if
can
you
still
don't
go-
have direct access to top secret documents, like everybody in the administration, everybody has TSs now.
Yeah, but
You have access to, so you're held to a different standard. Just hold it, and that's just you have regular civilians who have top secret clearances and
Need to
secret
know clearances, yeah.
and need to know clearances. You're held to a different standard. You can't even go to other countries without letting
your country
people
know.
know.
You have to. You
And
got to get
if
permission.
You do, and they find out, they're gonna crack you. So for him, $2 billion with another country that we said you supposed to let us know, like that is breaking the law, because you took all these classes and said I won't do this, and you go out and do it. So just being a child to somebody that's important, like, hey, you already did the background. We talked about it. He's off the rails. I told you about it. He doesn't have anything to do with my administration or clearance-wise. He has no access to this, this, and this. Like, no matter what he's doing on his laptop like that, that doesn't come through me.
Yeah.
And if it does, you're monitoring it.
Now him being a part of the staff, yeah, you're definitely wrong.
You doing $2 billion with another on my staff?
I mean, see, one thing I'll say for sure is if we all were staffed up together and I'm the boss man and you're a guy
I am.
and you're on the team, but you're not like, you know what I mean? Like, you can
I
talk
just
to
started
me.
like a month ago.
I know who you are, but you're not the brother. You're not the guy that we didn't grow up together, right? So I know who you are, and you get a deal worth whatever amount of money. A kickback's coming to me, whether I was involved with it, had something to do with it or not, especially if you use my name, right? So for me personally, a $2 billion investment, a $2 billion deal, somewhere, some point in time, Trump got some money from it. And that's where I think that the people around him, Trump isn't the smartest guy to walk the earth. He's not. I don't personally.
No.
I don't think he's intelligent. I think he's an idiot personally.
I don't think he's an idiot, but he's
No,
definitely
he's
not the
stupid.
smartest person in the world.
No, he's stupid.
he's
Me personally, I
definitely
think he's
stupid.
stupid. I don't think that he's.
I think he was the popular kid.
I don't
who
even.
went to school with a lot of smart people,
I don't even think that.
because he's definitely the popular kid.
No, I think that
He's
Trump's dad
definitely-
was filthy rich, and Trump lived a privileged life and was
Yes.
given a whole bunch of money.
And
When
he
the time he
never-
turned
which
18,
made
and
him-
had some people around him
which made
that
him
was
popular.
able to help him turn his little bit of money that his dad gave him into a fortune.
Which made him
and he
what?
failed a couple times because he filed
Which
for
made him
bankruptcy.
popular.
I mean,
His popularity, like he's a name in hip hop. You got to be popular to do that,
yeah, but what does the popularity have to do with?
because now you can have everybody wants to be next to you because you're popular. So I can get the smartest people in the world, which he has a team full of smart people. That's how he was able to get in office, able to do all these deals. Have a bunch of smart people around him. I'm the popular guy.
Yeah, I think his money. I don't even think the popularity. I think he's just
It's
rich.
a lot of rich people, but
I think his
how many rich people do you see? He's a popular rich guy based on the whole hip hop aspect. Like he was known in the hip hop community.
even
And you have to be cool to be known in that. We're
I'm
not
saying-
just naming any regular white
I'm
person.
saying before Trump was already filthy rich.
Yes.
What I'm saying is
And I think
that
he's a
guy at
rich,
that
popular
point in
guy.
time got people around him that realized exactly,
Yeah,
and
because-
that's why he was able to get to the point where he's at right now, where those deals that were made under the table, his daughter's husband being able to go get that $2 billion deal done, those people that's around him allowed him to get away with things like this, and you're not going to be able to prove any of this stuff in court because he has smart people around him. Trump himself, if he was to do this by himself, all off of his mind, what he thought was the best thing to do, he would have been caught a long time ago. Because I personally don't think that he's that smart. Elon Musk, I think, is a smart guy. Himself, I think Elon Musk is a genius. You're not going to find Elon Musk in a certain situation based off of, let's just say, batteries, right? Oh, man, you wasn't supposed to do this. You're not going to find him in that situation. And it's not because of the people around him. It's because of who he is. I think he's a smart guy. And that's all I'm saying about Trump. I think that Trump has people around him that have protected him based off of, yeah, I can't stop him from getting on Twitter. You know what I mean? But I can tell him, hey, no, we're not going to do that. We can't take that money like that. That will not happen. You know what I mean? We cannot. This will, whatever the case may be. And that's not to
You
not.
think Trump's going to listen?
In certain aspects, yes. I think that he's
I
limited.
think Trump is the type of person that when he wants to do something, he's going to do it. If he thinks it's a good idea, he's going to do it. So to an extent, like I agree with what you're saying. I'm sure he absolutely had people around him, but I don't know. I don't know if you can attribute every single bit of his success to only people around him and not just him. I'm sure he had something to do with it.
What has Trump done by himself that's been successful?
What has Trump not done by you would have to provide me with the list of all the things that
Everything he's ever done
How
has
do
a
you know
board
that?
of directors,
How
bro.
do you know that? Okay.
You
okay,
go
fair.
make a hotel. You go make a hotel. Go make one.
Okay, but
Go
fair
build a
enough.
golf
that-
course.
But how do you know
All
those
that
aren't
is based
off of his brain?
Off of
These are all
his
assumptions.
name. His name is popular. That's why he's where he is. Because the popularity of his name.
Well, we're saying if he's smart or not to make these decisions by himself. That's what we're saying.
No.
That's what I'm saying. I
he
personally
has
don't
people
think that
around.
Trump is that smart to say, you know what, I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna make it this way. I think there's people around him that have the ability to brush shoulders with him, like old buddy. What's the guy's name again? I forget his name. But this guy that got the $2 billion deal, you're able
Jared
to brush Kushner. He's able to brush shoulders with Trump to say, hey,
Because he's married to his daughter.
we could, hey man, tell your dad, those type of guys are around you. I personally don't think that Trump has made any decision. I don't think Trump's went to Trump Towers and said, you know what? Every room needs a cordless phone. Yeah, that's what it needs. Every room needs a cordless phone. And then he walked out and then the sales just went through the roof. Me personally, I don't think that. I think that goes to what bro was saying. His brand, what Trump turned into in the 90s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, that's what Trump Towers will never fail. That's why Trump Towers will always be a statement. That's why the he can go out and make a golf course that's shit and it still's gonna be there, like, because of his name. But the smarts, I don't give it to him at all, bro. I don't at all.
I don't think he's the smartest man in the world by any means, but I don't think he's an idiot.
I definitely think he's stupid.
Nah, if you listen to, he says a lot of stupid shit, but he also says a lot of smart shit. You just gotta catch it.
Okay.
It's not all the time.
Okay.
I think he knows the difference.
So that's like saying a good fisherman and a bad fisherman. Oh, you can catch the small fish all day and you can be a bad fisherman. But if you just got to catch the big ones and you'll be a good one?
Well, he might not.
Or no, you're a good fisherman because you can fish all day. Come on, man. He's not smart because, like, no, I'm saying.
To me, like, you're basing that off of
we can go
your
down.
belief that every business decision he had no part in. But
No, I'm saying that it's not
much of a
single handedly.
deal.
Trump has not
If-
created the
my whole
the
point is-
squeezy water bottle that
Maybe,
makes
maybe.
water out of air.
But we all know the type of person that Trump is based on his encounters, and everything that you're saying goes completely against. He's just going to let a bunch of people tell him what to do and how. If you can just get people around you to build you up and make all the decisions for you, then everyone would be successful.
No.
Because all kinds of people get money and they don't run into success like that.
Because
All
You
type of
have
people
to
don't
be
get
able-
money like him.
You have to be able to make some of the decisions. Again, yes,
Bro,
you're
if you're
right.
giving
He had
$40
groups.
million
That was a
dollars,
small loan of $6 million. Wasn't it $6 million?
no, he got
Trump
$40
is-
million from his dad, bro.
Trump is Bruce Wayne. Like,
Exactly, that's
I
what I'm
was
saying.
And
able
Bruce
to-
Wayne was smart as fuck. So
I was,
No,
that doesn't help the case. I don't think he's
he's talking about the
about-
inheritance.
was Bruce Wayne smart as fuck, or did he hire those people from the company to do the things he needed to do?
No, I would say I would definitely say
Bruce
Bruce
Wayne
Wayne
was
was smart.
Bruce Wayne hired Lucius and all them to give him the technology
That's
to make it work. All Bruce Wayne did was go practice karate. He wasn't making them suits by himself. He had somebody making the suits.
That's how I feel like you're just comparing Trump. Like how you see an issue with that. That's how I feel
Like,
you're
hey,
saying
I-
with Trump.
I
Like, he just
know
had
how
nothing to
to-
do with it. I'm not saying he's
I
the
know
master,
how to-
but he knows something.
I know
He's
how
not
to
a complete
market
idiot.
my name. That's all I know. Is this name was given to me. I'm popular by this name. I can market this name. Whatever you guys want to do. If I put my name on it, it can be successful. So let's get some smart people around and say, hey, these guys have, hey man, we had this idea about building a hotel. Hey, you throw my name on it, it's gonna
go.
it's gonna be a smash. Hey, we have the ability. Hey, we want to do this. We want to do these things for the country. Hey, you put my name over the top, it's gonna go.
That's
All
what
I
I
am
feel.
is I
It'll be
am
the
the
best.
name.
Yeah, and that's
I'm
what.
the brand. You guys are operation behind it.
And I feel like at a young age, he had people. Bro, he came in the presidency. A lot of people didn't like what he was doing. He fired them all. That just to me that just shows you there's no loyalty to who he deals with.
Yeah.
If you do not
agree
agree
with
with what I say, you're out
He
of
wants
here.
yes men.
So the
Which-
reason
which also
the
speaks-
reason I'm saying that people like that fail. People like that fail, and would you consider Trump a failure?
No.
No.
That's what I'm saying. So if you're not a failure, and you're solely based off of everything that you think of, either you're a fucking genius, and everybody's going to know that and realize that, and meaning that you're going to create something that's going to help civilization. What has Trump created? He ain't even created slippers that don't get your feet wet.
But neither have you.
I'm
that
not
doesn't mean
him.
You're not dumb though, or that doesn't mean you're dumb though.
No, I said a genius. On genius
I'm
level.
not arguing that he's a genius. I'm just arguing that he's not an idiot.
Oh, he's an idiot. Yeah, you don't have to. You can say it a million times.
So, hear me out. Last thing that I'll say on it is, he fired all those people because he wants yes men, right?
Of course.
So you're telling me that before he was in office, he was never like that? That's what I'm saying. Everything that you're saying to me completely goes against what we know his character to be, which is an arrogant asshole who thinks that he knows better than every fucking one around him, and he's not gonna listen to someone telling him, "Hey, do this." And if he wants to do something, that's what he's gonna do. So since he is successful, I have to imagine that a lot of those decisions were his decisions. not
I
other
think yes,
people's.
I agree with you. If you're coming
So
down
that
to,
would lead
it-
to some sort of intelligence. Maybe not,
Well,
I think the
genius
intelligence
by
comes
any
into
means.
saying yes.
but he's unsuccessful because of his brain. He's not successful on decisions that he made.
But
What-
he had
that-
to make that brand.
What? No,
And
what
that
I'm
also
saying, no.
inquires-
Given to him.
What I'm saying is, he said yes. You ultimately, he has the money. So if somebody says, "Hey, man, you want to invest this money over here," he has to say yes, and that money's gonna get sent over, and then the investment comes out. So am I a genius because you came to me with a good idea and I put the money into it, and now we both are rich, or you're richer
So now
than?
but that's every single one of his business ventures was someone reaching out to him. Like
That's what I'm saying. What has he created?
Successful.
That's what I'm saying. What has he created? That's all I'm saying. What has he created?
So much money. So you look at.
I don't have
so
a
you look
list
at
of
Shaq.
things that were 100% his idea.
Just anything. What has he created? Anything. What has he created?
Name me anything that he hasn't for sure.
The Trump Towers is a big name that he didn't create it single-handedly. He did not create that single-handedly.
I agree. Fair enough.
So that's my one.
Like I said,
so what
I
is
don't have
yours?
A list of and again, I'm not even trying to argue that he is solely responsible for everything. I'm just saying there's no way that he didn't have a hand in some of these business decisions.
I'm not
Okay,
saying.
so
I think
Shaq is so. I'm gonna use Shaq as an example. You try to take it off of Trump, but like, if you hit on a couple things, like Shaq just had money to throw at things. Hey, I'm gonna throw shit at the wall, and something's gonna stick. So bro was saying Trump inherited a lot of money, so I have a lot of money that I can throw and throw and throw. Maybe something sticks. Like how many things did he throw at that didn't stick? The same with Shaq. Like Shaq invested in a whole bunch of companies.
Facts.
He so happened to hit on some really big ones. So everybody looks at him saying, "Oh man, he's a successful business." When all you did was had no decision in it. You just had the money to loan. Somebody smart came to you and said, "Hey." Shaq said when he invested in Google, he was in the office with the guys walking there, ended up babysitting one of the dude's kids. And the guy like, hey man, we just need some money. He threw a couple million at it and made a killer return on it.
Yeah.
Just because of who I am, my popularity. I'm sitting in a room with guys I don't even know, but hey man, we're gonna do this. Oh, 500? Okay, I'll throw 500,000 on that.
so.
Not
If he would have
knowing.
said no, that's all I think Trump is Shaq in that situation.
I have money to throw. I'm sitting in rooms with smart people all the time.
So I don't have to be smart.
I'm at the most popping parties wherever I go. Everybody has a good idea. Everybody in here can be successful. So I'm just gonna throw a little bit of money at everybody.
See what
If
happens.
my 500K, which is I make that back tomorrow.
Right.
If that turns into 600 million,
Good.
yeah, does that make me a
Solid
genius,
investment.
or does that make me just a rich motherfucker? I could be an idiot.
To the outside world, you're going to be a genius because you made $600 million. But what you're not going to tell is there's 116 people behind you that allowed you to make that decision.
Or 106, or that's the only one that I hit.
I mean,
Like
could
I
be that
invested
too.
in 48 other people, and I lost all that money. But because I invested, with this one guy, that made me 600 million.
Yeah, I mean,
So yeah, I invested a total 6 million, but this one guy made me the richest man in the world. Does that make me a genius, or I just got lucky?
and ideally, I think we're both saying the same thing, right? He's rich, simple as that. But he's stupid. We both know that. So we'll move on. Hey man, no, I that's whatever, man. Next topic, our last topic: Hamas attack on
Stuff
Israel.
you dip.
Yeah, let's try to go that
Not
one.
the chip dip.
Or the Hamas, yeah, the Hamas. That's HUMMUS, I
They
think
fucked
it is.
up. That's for sure.
Hamas and Israel and Ukraine and Russia, man. I would say the two biggest wars right now that's going on. I mean, there might be other ones like sex trafficking and stuff like that, but actual.
Yeah, nation versus nation conflict. Yeah, that's pretty much the big ones. You got, civil wars and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know.
Russia wants Ukraine.
Yeah,
Hamas wants to obliterate Jews.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and it's they actually foiled a couple attempts throughout Europe and stuff like that. So it's not just like in Israel. Like,
in the West Bank and
kill
shit. Yeah,
Jewish people everywhere.
which they said that before.
Well, it's in there.
So it's a bigger war, a bigger potential playing field for the war because they're willing to go anywhere and do anything.
It's like we said last time. It's super sad because you got all these innocent civilians.
Facts.
But you look at the Iraq War, hundreds of thousands of innocent civilians got killed.
And a lot of people.
There wasn't the same outcry over it. I'm not saying
I
that
think
it's
there was
right.
though. I think there was though.
No. You didn't have college campuses, protesting and the world.
Oh, okay.
protesting
Protesting wasn't hot back then.
Yeah.
And that's
Protesting got
that's
hot
100%
because
true.
they said, "Hey, y'all keep your ass inside," and people was like, "No, we can be outside if we protest. So let's go protest."
Well, I think
That's
over
us.
there they protested a lot about the civilians getting killed by what they
Yeah,
call
but
American
just-
bombs and
but
stuff like
just
that.
here.
But worldwide, no,
I guess high schools doing walkouts, and like I said, all I believe is that because at the moment in time during COVID, they had everybody inside. And the only way for you to be able to go outside legally, and they can't stop that right. Hey, we're gonna use this amendment or a constitution, whatever right it is, to go out and protest. No matter what you say, like now we can use your laws against you. You know, say, hey, stay inside. It's not safe. Once you stay social distancing, you can't stop us from right protest. I think that's what make that popular.
Okay.
I think people, they don't care less.
Well,
I think it's a mix between that and a lot of people, they want to seem like they're morally righteous.
Yeah, they can care less.
I was doing this. And
Yeah,
it's
they can
like,
care less.
that doesn't really mean that you actually care about the cause, but you went to the protest. Yeah,
I think a lot of people.
Ask them to give $20 to it.
I think a lot of people be
You feel me?
more on the lines of nobody does a lot of research, right? So like, it's an image based thing. If I sell you the image that these people are wrong or this was the bad thing and I always go back to the dropping napalms in Vietnam. Only reason napalms is bad is because those videos of those kids running out of the woods with their skin hanging off. When you think like, oh man, they got blown away. That's crazy. And you really realize like that, oh snaps, that's their skin?
Yeah.
Like, and they're kids. I'm talking about naked kids.
4 years old, 6
3 years old, running around. All their skin is off. And they just running through like just crying. Hey man, Americans never experienced nothing like that on your streets, brother. You ain't experienced nothing like that in the jungle. Yes, that's terrifying. So yeah, that's wrong. Yeah, that's not supposed to be done. So there's gonna be an outcry for those people. But what you don't really realize is some of those kids are still gonna grow up and be just like their fathers. Some of your families has been obliterated because of us. They're going to be like them. I'm not saying to take care of them or take them out or nothing like that. All I'm saying is this is a everlasting cycle, right? And this is just something that we have to deal with. Same thing over there. If you listen to part of the story, you'll think that one side is the bad guy and the other side should be subjected to bad treatment or vice versa, right? But if you don't take the whole story in context, sometimes you're making an ill-guided decision.